Hello, and welcome to the live stream. It's kind of been a minute since we've chatted like this. It's also been a few days since my last video. I've been taking a little break, I've been trying to kind of unwind after all the work that I put in at the end of October there. Well, really for the whole month, I've been just kind of like decompressing. And I thought that this was going to be a proper video, but it's just my brain's not there yet. It's not quite working there yet. So we're just gonna talk about everything that I watched in the month of October via live stream. I hope that's cool. I've never actually done this before for like I think over 2 years now. I've been doing the monthly recaps. So this will be the first time I'm missing one, but I was like, I'm not missing it. We'll just do it in a live stream, and that's fine. And then we can all actually talk about the movies together. But yeah, let's see who's here. Oh, thank you. Love you too. Destroyed the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. I actually was thinking that that might be my next video. I think I want to record a review of Five Nights at Freddy's after this live stream and have that up by Monday. We can talk about it a little bit here though, because I think in the review I'll probably get into spoilers and all that kind of stuff, but this will be a spoiler-free live stream today for everything. Tuning in from England. Very cool, very cool. Hello. Hello, Mark. Oh, and Desi's getting her feet done. Nice. Oh, I need to get mine done too. They're like, my feet are like crusty right now. Sorry. Hello. Hello. Why would you admit to this? Why would you admit to this? You're scared to be a cult member? I get it. How did everyone spend their Halloween? That's a great way to kick off this stream, actually. Good question. So yeah, this was the first Halloween that I've ever passed out candy to trick-or-treaters. I'd never done it before, and it was so much fun. All the little kids were so cute. We didn't have like a crazy busy neighborhood or anything. But you guys, if you follow me on my horror Instagram, you saw that we dressed up as Jennifer Check and Victim, cheerleader and jock version. Yeah, and we had, I don't know, maybe like 70 kids or something, and we had a little game because I was like, I want to be the cool house, like the candy was, oh my god, candy is so expensive. So now I finally understand why a lot of people don't do this, why they're a little bit more stingy with it. But I just wanted the kids to have a good time. I wanted to be the cool house. So when they would come up there, they'd be like, how many pieces? And we'd be like, okay, so the game at our house is see how much you can fit in a single hand. So it just kind of worked out. Then it was kind of a game, and they like were surprised and just thankful. So that was fun. And I put up one of my like new I don't know, I guess like cinema grade lights. I used it to light up the entirety of the inside of my house. So like all the windows were all red, and there was like some red light spilling out onto the porch. And I had some like 60s and 70s like oldies spooky music playing on a speaker, and we just like sat out on the porch, and it was like a nice warm night. And yeah, it was a really good Halloween. It was a great Halloween. Oh, we were sipping on White Claws too. We were sipping on White Claws, so like just progressively getting a little bit drunker as like more and more children showed up. Yeah, it was really fun. It was a really like it was a perfect Halloween. And then after that, like trick-or-treaters stopped around, I don't know, like 8:45, and then we went to this really really cool house in my neighborhood that was super decked out, and got to do like a little kind of like walk through there. And then we watched Trick or Treat. So it was a perfect Halloween. Yeah, I want to know what you guys did. Hello, George. Hey. They're usually videos. Yeah, but today it's a live stream. Oh, hello, Anthony. Hello, Tim. I failed the October watch list challenge hard. I made my own challenge video, and I saw a lot of people kept up with it every single day. So a lot of people did a lot better than I did. I did watch like a handful of the movies from my watch list. So, I made it through some of them. But yeah, I failed hard. But I was trying to keep up with new releases. Plus, I don't know. It seems kind of normal, like the amount of movies that I watched, but I felt like I was so far behind. Like I felt like I watched nothing. But I did. I watched a good amount of stuff. I think just less than usual though for me, I would say. So yeah, I failed my own challenge very hard. Don't worry about that. Hello. Hi Noah. Hello, that guy. Hello. Hit the like button. Yes, of course. Thank you, Anthony. Hello, Mark. Oh, Ryan made it. Greetings, my fellow maggots. Um, I mean, I'm not gonna be real specific, but I live like on the edge of LA, basically. I live in the burbs. Um, you're rewatching When Evil Lurks before I decide whether I want to delete it. I mean, that was a tough movie. We'll talk about that later. If you guys don't know like the structure of how I do this, first I talk about all the TV shows that I've been watching in the month. Then I go over all the non-horror movies. And in October, I watched exactly one non-horror movie. And it was like sci-fi, and I would argue it had some horror elements in it. So yeah, my October was strictly horror. And then I go over all the horror rewatches of the month, so don't spend as much time there because like I've probably already talked about them. And then I get into my new watches of old horror. So I finally watched Hellfest. That was a good time. And then I get into all the new horror releases of the month. So that is how these are structured. Hello. Let's see. I think I've said hello to everybody. Oh, your brother was giving out Pokemon cards. Oh, that's clever. That's clever. Five Nights at Freddy's is the only movie I've seen where the human characters act like broken animatronics. I think my review is probably going to end up being more of a roast. And I think that's good and bad. Good, well, okay. Bad first. Bad, it will bring a lot of the gamers to my page, and I feel like they'll just be wrecking me in the comments. But the good news is YouTube doesn't care if they're good or bad comments. YouTube loves the engagement. So it's a win-lose situation, but well, it's mostly a win. I think the pros outweigh the cons. Because I'm gonna have to open that video being like, look, I don't know anything about the video games. I don't know any of the lore. And I don't care. Like, you know? And I just know I'll probably take some heat for that. But it's true. I'm not gonna pretend that I care because I don't. And it just was a bad movie. So whatever. No, the kids did not roast me. Actually, oh my god, I posted to my Instagram story because I was so like blown away by this because like you know how kids are mean, and kids are also just ruthless and they just do whatever they want. And like there was this one girl, for instance, one of the first girls that came to our house, we like told her our rule, and she ended up just like shoveling like a huge like double handful of the candy into her bag. And like she was like, you know what, and just like kids are crazy. But yeah, so I told, there was like this group of I don't know, maybe they were like sixth grade girls or something. And I was telling them who I was. One of them was dressed as Freddy Krueger. And I was like, the kids are all right. And they knew who I was. They knew the character of Jennifer Check. And one of them was like, you really look like her. And oh, that was so bad for my ego. That was so bad for my ego. I almost started crying because like, kids are mean. Kids are really mean. And that was just like the nicest thing that a child has ever said to me. Anyways, I had to work on Halloween right after I went to the Alamo Draft House and watched. Oh, you watched Halloween? I went to a pub with some friends that did horror trivia, but it was dumb questions about candy and trick or treating, and then questions about the Halloween movie that were so simple. Ow, boo. Yeah. I mean, I should do that though. I should go to a bar where there's like a horror trivia night. I'd sweep. I'd clean the floors with everybody. I agree. I think it's kind of nice because like when you're an adult, you can just buy the candy if you want. I still have some leftover stuff that like we've just been eating a little of here and there. We saved a lot of the Reese's for ourselves. But yeah, it's just because it's fun. You get to like see all their costumes and you get to meet all your neighbors, and it's fun. I never really like, oh, Halloween is so wholesome. It's so wholesome. It's the most wholesome, like safest holiday, I would say. Like it's the most, you feel the most community vibe from it because you get to meet all your neighbors and their kids, and you give them candy, and everybody's just having fun, and there's people out and about in the neighborhood. It's like, oh, I miss it already. Like one of the rich people with a long driveway gave out water bottles. I remember when I was a kid, there was a house that passed out like apple juice. Yeah, which that must have been expensive. Dressed up for work, but didn't at home. By the time I got home, I was done with that wig. Oh yeah, that's understandable. Okay, King of the Dead. Yeah, I hope you had a sick Halloween too. Ended your night with the thing and trick or treat. Nice. Hell yeah. Oh, Corey, hey. Everyone's having a great day. I started working in a liquor store here in Winnipeg. It's been great. Okay. Worked cash first time of my life today. What does that mean? I haven't had enough real jobs to know what that means. Yes, I decided, I know it's got some like some jack-o'-lanterns and stuff, whatever, but I was like, it feels very fall. It's fine. We keep Halloween going all year on this channel, so um let's see. You failed the October challenge too. My schedule's been crazy. I did watch a lot of good horror movies such as Trick or Treat and Candyman. My Halloween was great. Yeah, I've just been getting into all of that. Oh, yeah, I know. I feel kinda I feel a little bad for the parents, like, I don't know if they appreciated that we let them have so much candy, but it all worked out. We got, like, the perfect amount for the amount of kids that were in the neighborhood, so, yeah. Hello. Hello. Um, let's see. Shot of a girl saying gamers are the reason cons smell bad. Are they wrong? Like, are they wrong for saying that? Look, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, listen, there are people who play video games and then there are gamers, right? And I think there's an important distinction. Like a gamer, that's intense. That's like a lifestyle, So that's who I'm talking about. Okay. I'm not referencing just like, people who play video games. I used to play The Sims a lot, like, you know, I haven't played that in months, God, but I was, like, addicted to it for a while. Anyway, but I mean, you guys know what I mean. You know what I mean. Oh, you got a lot of Ghostface costumes! One from Trick or Treat and one Jason. Oh, that's so good. We got a couple of, like, Taylor Swifts, so that's kinda hot this year, I guess. No Barbies. Not a one. Um, I tell you, old man Kylie, I know, I feel it. I'm aging. Anyway. Oh, you got some ghost faces too? Warms my blackened heart. Saw people dressed as Michael Myers. Oh, nice. Yeah, the guy that had the really, really sick house that was like all done up, he was in this like tailored suit that was covered in jack-o'-lanterns. It was so like he looked so fly. It like wasn't a costume. He just was wearing a jack-o'-lantern suit and it was so sick. Um, so oh, no one on your block was giving out candy? What the hell? I feel like parts like in some places I feel like Halloween's kind of been ruined because they started doing this like trunk or treat thing where you go and you park a bunch of cars and you like decorate your car and then that's when kids trick or treat and then on actual Halloween night like the kids stay home and the adults go out. It's so lame. It's so lame. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. Oh, you got a pumpkin wax warmer for October and Halloween. Oh, that's a good idea. We used real pumpkins, carved real pumpkins, used real flames, and I started smelling like my pumpkin started burning. Like the lid of it started burning because the candles were too tall, and I smelled it. So we beefed that a little bit, but it was fine. They lasted through Halloween night, and it was fine. Everyone's favorite new release of October. Oh gosh, yeah, we should start getting into what I've been watching. So, favorite new release. So all the new releases that I watched that we'll be getting to, The Exorcist Believer, Pet Sematary Bloodlines, Totally Killer, Never Hike Alone 2, Dark Harvest, Five Nights at Freddy's, and When Evil Lurks. So I watched 7 new releases. And then I guess you could consider I watched Chucky and Goosebumps, new TV shows. I did not get to watch Fall the House of Usher. Excuse me. I'm gonna wait until I am back home visiting my parents for Thanksgiving, and then I'm gonna binge it like you wouldn't believe. But like I don't have the Netflix add-on for my house because like I'm not gonna do that. Like you took password sharing away from us, and I'm not gonna reward you with $96 a year Netflix. Like absolutely eat my ass. I'm not like no. So yeah, if we're just talking movies, new releases, I think my favorite is between Totally Killer and Never Hike Alone 2. I think I'd probably say Never Hike Alone 2. It just overall has a more consistent tone than Totally Killer, I would say, but I really like Totally Killer. So anyway, TV shows. So, Let me know, like, I guess in the chat, like, just I don't know. You guys always talk about whatever you want in the chat, but, if you guys have also been watching this too, then chime in, obviously. But just no spoilers, especially, like, for the TV shows, because some people probably haven't gotten all the way caught up with those yet, and they're really good. I've been loving all the TV shows I've been watching. So first, I have finally gotten into Buffy. So I've still only watched, like, the first 5 episodes, but there was one night that I watched, like, 2 episodes back to back and was actually, like, starting to get really into it. Things have just been crazy, so I've been, watching more movies than TV shows because I am a binger. Once I get into something, I have to watch it all at once. So, yeah, I still like, I'm getting a lot more into it. Like, I loved the 4th and 5th episodes, or just, like, was, finally really getting interested in the characters and the storylines and stuff. So I'm finally getting into Buffy. I know that some of you guys are gonna be really happy about that because before, when I would talk about it, I'm like, yeah, I watched an episode here and there, and I'm just not really feeling it yet, but really into Buffy now. So I'm excited to, like, get more into it and keep watching it. And then I also watched the first half of Chucky season 3, and oh, it's good. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. And I'm so happy because I was kind of a hater of season 2. Like, I was kind of a hater. I really was so like, unbearably disappointed by season 2 that I was scared the show was going to get canceled, that the quality wouldn't pick back up again, that it was just going to be going down this route. I thought season 2 was so bad. Like, there were a few episodes, I think, like, there was one episode earlier in the season, maybe like episode 2 or 3, and then one of them later in the season, like maybe episode 6 or 7, that I really, really liked. And the rest of it I thought was hogwash. The rest of it I thought was quite bad. But I'm loving season 3 of Chucky. I'm loving it. I'm so into it again, and I'm so happy about it. So I want to see if any of you guys are watching it. I'll catch up with the chat again. Boop-a-doo-ba-doo. Oh, you watched Cobweb. Good. Yeah, Cobweb was really good. I watched that back in July, but it's like a perfect fall time watch. I'm glad that you got to see that. Let's see. Oh, you love Totally Killer? Nice. You just rewatched it. I'll rewatch it again too. It's excellent. I've been hearing nothing but good things. Like, people are saying, I don't know if it's just recency bias, but I've heard, like, a lot of people saying that it's their favorite Mike Flanagan show to date. People are even like, they're making declarations that it's even better than Haunting of Hill House and better than Midnight Mass and whatever. So yeah. Oh, I sent you something that should be there when you get home to your PO box. Yay! I love mail. I love mail. Oh, Ravenous is a good Thanksgiving flick. Okay, that's good to know. You liked Totally Killer? Oh, favorite horror of the year? Nice. It was solid. Okay, yeah, good, we agree. Yeah, this season is a lot better than the last season. Yeah, my childhood was Buffy and Angel. Okay, not a fan of Buffy here. Glad that she liked Cobweb. Good. House of Usher is my favorite Mike Flanagan now. See, that's what I was just saying. Slaughterhouse. It's Child's Play with a Sloth. Oh, you loved it. Okay, because I was hearing people, like, weren't really that into Slaughterhouse, but it's on Hulu, so I put it on my watch list. I'll watch it before the year is up, and I'll put it on my like my annual ranking of new horror releases. But yeah, I haven't watched that one yet. And yeah, Goosebumps is a lot better than I expected to. Like, it's I don't know. I would say that by like by episode 3, I was in love. I was in love with it. I thought episode 3 was like the best of the season so far, and I'm caught up with it now. So I've watched the first, what is it, the first 7 episodes that are out, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I was worried about what they were going to do with Slappy and how they were going to handle that and how they were going to freshen that up. They've really done something new with it. Like, it's the same kind of base concept with Slappy. I was such a Goosebumps kid, and Slappy, oh, that book scared me so bad. I think they're handling it well. I think they are. I think they are. I was like a little bit less into episode 7, but episode 6, I was like, okay, all right, all right. Oh, the best thing you saw was Killers of the Flower Moon. I haven't gotten to see that yet. That and the Taylor Swift Eras tour, because Taylor Swift, that's like 3 hours long. Killers of the Flower Moon's like 3.5 hours long. More like 4 hours when you account for all the trailers they play beforehand. So I just like did not have the time in October to see it. So yeah, hoping to. Oh, and then next weekend I'm taking part in a film festival. It's a 48-hour festival, so you have 48 hours to like write, direct, shoot, all of it, edit, submit it in 48 hours. I got invited to like join a team of filmmakers doing that. So that's next weekend. So I don't know. Honestly, I hate to do it. I hate to do it because I wanted to see Killers of the Flower Moon in theaters, but unfortunately, I don't wanna be in the theater by myself for that long. I go to the theater by myself all the time, but I don't know, that's just such a commitment, and it just feels like it'd be really lonely, and I know that the movie's gonna make me really emotional, like, I just have this feeling that it's gonna make me cry multiple times, and I wanna see it with my partner, you know, I wanna go with my boyfriend, but I have fallen in love with a man with a tiny bladder. It's true. He would have to get up like 3 times at least if we saw it in theaters, and I'm just kinda thinking we might need to watch it at home. We might need to wait for streaming, and I wanna support Marty, I wanna go to the theater, but it's a really big ask. It's a really big ask, you know? I will go and I will watch 3-hour movies in the theater, but it's just a really big ask. I don't know. Um, oh, you liked Pet Sematary Bloodlines? Really? I mainly because it's the Timmy Baterman story, yeah. The only thing I didn't like was the lack of Wendigo. I know, that's we'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that later. Yes, it Totally Killer is very Christopher Landon coded, completely. I haven't seen Gen V or The Boys. I'm sorry. Ugh. Oh, the only movie you saw on my list of new releases is Never Hike Alone 2. Oh, that's all right. That's right. Well, I'm glad that you saw Never Hike Alone 2, though. Saw Talk to Me in theaters on its last day. I did too, but that was my second viewing of it. So I'm so behind on new horror movies. Yeah, I think I follow you on Letterboxd. I've been seeing what you're up to. Yeah, Chucky season 2 is awful. I haven't even rewatched. Me either. And it's also prevented me from going back and rewatching the first season because I don't wanna watch the second season again. I don't. But, like, once the show has had its run, I know because 'cause I've also, like, avoided getting the show on Blu-ray or DVD because once the show has had its run and it gets canceled or whatever, then I'm just gonna wanna get, like, the entire box set. But I hope that the show goes on for a long time. So, I hope that it gets, like, I don't know, I feel like 5 seasons would be a good natural sort of course. Like, I feel like 5 is good because the kids are gonna grow up. These storylines, it's kind of a miracle they've stretched them as far as they've gone. That's why season 3 is such a miracle because now Chucky's in the White House, like, are you kidding? Like, that's such a good fresh angle. They just didn't quite pull that off in season 2. Anyway, oh, you watched Buffy for the first time recently. I was in high school when it came out and never watched it. Ah, better late than never. Better late than never. Yeah, I wish because it's totally the type of show that I would have loved to watch growing up. Like, I feel like something that's really similar to it that was around when I was a kid was My Babysitter's a Vampire, that Disney show. I don't know if you guys have heard of it because it was pretty niche. I think it only got like 2 seasons maybe, and I think maybe there was a movie. But yeah, it really reminds me of that, and it's also, like, just very low budget and yeah, no budget, just vibes. It was really a good time. Oh, good, yeah, I hope you enjoy Cobweb. Yeah, no, I mean, I've heard it's amazing. My dad, who's, like, really stingy with the amount of stars that he gives out on Letterboxd, he gave it 4.5 stars. Like, he loved it. Um, oh, you saw The Exorcist Believer? We'll talk about that later. Uh Let's see. Oh, The Changeling? I have that on Blu-ray now, so I need to give that one a go. You think it's his best show to date? Yeah. Oh, you're only halfway through season 1. Okay. Wait. Now I get to finish season 2, which I liked. Oh, so you can, like, watch it out of order? Okay. Yeah, you should look forward to season 3. You got some good stuff to look forward to. I think, like, one of the best things about it is that it's I don't know, it might be Chucky at his most menacing. I mean, the kills in the show, they get so outlandish that I don't even know if I've ever seen anything quite like it from Chucky before. They are outlandish. I mean, they're really just getting back to form. You never finished Chucky season 2. Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you, but it's worth it to get to season 3, I promise. I promise. Um, let's see. As long as they keep giving me more Chucky, I'm happy. I get that. No, I've never seen The Jester. I've not seen that. Hello, Emma. Oh, I'm looking forward to Napoleon 2. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Yeah. That one, like, that one I am 100% gonna make sure that I see in theaters because, you know, it's like it's partially a war movie, and so I think it's like, it's grand enough that it warrants like absolutely needing to see it in theaters. But I'm also, ooh, I'm back in my Hunger Games era. Like, the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes coming out. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I already got my tickets for opening night. Yeah, I booked them. And then I told my boyfriend, I was like, by the way, I booked us tickets for opening night. Um, oh, Dark Harvest. Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. Oh, hey, Francisco. I need to write my letterbox review for Five Nights at Freddy's. It was mid for me. Yeah. Oh, you got 2 stars? Okay, give me it's because of Josh Hutcherson and Matthew Lillard. Yeah, that's like they were the only good things about it. Really. Yeah. Wow. Well done. Well done on Killers of the Flower Moon. Oh, Lady Bird. I love Lady Bird. I love that movie. It just had its what, like 6th anniversary. Um I don't think I would do a Scorsese watch along because he doesn't have any horror movies. Like Shutter Island, I feel like definitely has a lot of horror elements to it. Cape Fear as well, but you know, Justice for Small Bladder Kings. I'm saying I like, I'm looking out. I'm looking out for him because I don't want him to miss anything. It's the type of movie where like I would need to debrief everything with him. So I can't have him getting up and missing like 15 minutes of the movie because he's getting up all the time to pee. Oh, you saw Never Egg Alone too? Good. Yes. Yeah, Vinny should be who we get to continue this franchise with a movie. I know. And oh, I've been like considering covering this situation, but it's weird because like I know him personally, so it feels weird to talk about him. But they've announced that Damien Leone is like down to direct a Friday the 13th movie. And obviously this is really upsetting to Vinny that's poured like the last 8 years of his life right into these fan films. And so he's made that very known on Twitter. Like he's he's made it very, very apparent his thoughts and feelings on that. And I think his thoughts and feelings are all valid, but it has been rubbing a lot of people the wrong way. Like it's really because, his opinions have just come off like really abrasive. But basically he's just making the point that like, Damien Leone has his franchise and he's poured so much of his life's work basically is these fan films and he feels he's earned it. I think he has. I think I agree. But yeah, he's coming off really like he's coming off quite angry, quite bitter about it. I'm not going to go over it today cuz it's not what we're talking about, but if you yeah, just if you're following Womp Stomp on Twitter, it's been a bit of a spectacle. It's been a bit of a spectacle. Oh, do I think they should wrap up Chucky with the show or keep doing it with movies or spin-offs? The thing is like Brad Dourif is not old. He's in like his late 70s, but he's also not getting any younger. And I feel like the show if the last season they just poured like an insane budget into it and gave us like an insane just 10 out of 10 12 out of 10, like just a flawless season to end Chucky on with Brad Dourif and him retiring after that, I'd be happy. Of course, though, it is an amazing evergreen, like just wonderful IP that's it's never going to go anywhere. Like we're always going to have Chucky, but if the show is the end of Brad Dourif's run, I think I'd be okay with that. I think I'd be okay with that because Chucky has really it's been so transformative over the decades. And I just I feel like the show it's really found its home in the show. And season 3 has been so good that they really could keep this going. Like Chucky is the one exception I think to slasher villains that you can make a whole TV show. I mean, I guess like with Ghostface too, like whodunits, that's also like another exception. But he's really been the exception to the rule that you can have these really intricate kind of storylines that span a season of a TV show that you just can't do with a lot of slasher villains. And I'm loving it. I'm loving it. If this is where we ended with Chucky, I think I'd be okay with that. So, um, and that's something I'll probably talk about like when I do review Killers of the Flower Moon. Like I'll do it because I'll do it in like a monthly recap for sure. I saw because they had like Osage people to be there to what's the word? What's what I'm thinking of? When you have like an expert on set, a it's like on the tip of my tongue. Oh my god. You guys will put it in the chat. I'm sure you always do. But oh my god, it's like on the tip of my tongue. Don't leave. Just give me a second. um I don't know. I don't know. My brain's not working right now. I don't know. Um They worked with Osage people, but the thing with, like, Martin Scorsese is he makes the movies to start a conversation, like, surely you've seen, like, some of his quotes where he's like, "Listen, I'm in my 80s, but I have to keep going. I have so many more stories to tell, and I'm gonna do it as long as I possibly physically, mentally can, because there's just so many stories to tell." He makes a lot of his movies to, like, start the conversation, give exposure, and then hopefully we can see more movies like from the Osage perspective. But like Martin Scorsese's whole thing, like Taxi Driver, Wolf of Wall Street, Killers of the Flower Moon, he has a white male lead, and the whole thing is meant to be like a critique of that white male lead. Like he heavily, heavily critiques American history and American culture and all that. So that is a point that I feel like is kind of going over people's heads because I know that it did with Wolf of Wall Street with, oh my god, just people glorifying the fuck out of Jordan Belfort. But that's also like kind of the point. It's like you expose all the madness, all the debauchery, all the heinous shit that he did, and yet still, like at the end of the movie, he's like, "Sell me this pen," and it's like breaking the fourth wall, and it's being like, "You still kind of got swept up by it. It still kind of seems kind of glamorous, doesn't it?" And that's like the point he's making. But I haven't seen Killers of the Flower Moon. Haven't looked into it that much, but that's kind of Martin Scorsese's whole bag. Um, and what kind of questions is what is this? Like what? That's not something you need to know. I don't care if you give me a tip. Um, anyway, I was just going off on such a rant where I'm also behind on the chat, so I'm gonna skip forward a little bit. Oh, gosh, this is also turning into like a horror movie news stream, isn't it? I wonder if Terrifier 3 being a Christmas movie being released in October is a jab at Christmas being pushed too early. Sorry, artist showing up on Christmas. I think it's like, well, they're releasing it on what, October 28th or something. So last weekend of October, I think because then it'll have its full theatrical run in like November. But also because it is such an insane horror movie right before Halloween. It's like playing the best of both worlds, I think. Because it'll be good to watch on Halloween, a super crazy gory movie like right before Halloween, but then also Christmas themed. So then we can keep going to the theater in November and people can keep watching it. And anyways, consultant, that was the word that I couldn't remember. Thank you. Rare Kylie rare. I don't know. I feel like that happens a lot. I don't know. I feel like it happens a lot. I know a lot of words, but they're not always right at the front where I need them. Um so Raging Bull, I've never seen Raging Bull. I don't know. I don't think I've seen like a majority of his movies actually. Um I've heard that Scorsese made the film from the perspective of the criminals. Yes, whereas the books of the same movie is more from the perspective of the Osage people. Oh, maybe that is the issue. Maybe that's what people are taking issue with. That makes sense. I blocked him, but it still shows the super chat. Yeah, well, because I'm on the back end. I'm on StreamYard, like pulling up your comments. So that's why it still shows up for me. It's like I have to block them too on my end. It's annoying, but anyway. Oh yeah, Terrifier 2 is back in theaters. Stoked to see the Terrifier 3 teaser trailer. Get that poster. Yeah, it's so smart. It's like such smart old school marketing. Like giving out free posters for even if they're not free, but like giving out posters for the next one at the re-release of the one that came before. I feel like they must have done that for Friday the 13th back in the day. Right? Or something similar to it, or just, handing out posters for the current movie or something. It's so cool to me. I love how like old school Terrifier is. I think it's really cool. Also, I'm gonna go back in the chat because I don't know if any of you guys were like replying to stuff I was talking about, but because I was talking about a little bit of like the drama and whatever. I guess not. I guess not. Anyways, okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on to my non-horror movie of the month, the only one, which would be The Creator, which if you guys aren't aware, it's the same guy. What is his name? Gareth Edwards. Let me just double check on that. Yeah, Gareth Edwards. So he also directed Rogue One, I believe. Yeah, he directed Rogue One, which is one of my favorite Star Wars movies of all time. Like, absolutely. Right, he directed that, right? Let me just double check. Yes, he directed that. I mean, that movie made $1 billion. Holy hell. Yeah, so same director as Rogue One, and it's about I'm gonna go ahead and read the synopsis. Why don't I just do that? Yeah, okay, so as a future war between the human race and artificial intelligence rages on, ex-Special Forces agent Joshua is recruited to hunt down and kill the Creator, the elusive architect of advanced AI. The Creator has developed a mysterious weapon that has the power to end the war and all of mankind. As Joshua and his team of elite operatives venture into enemy-occupied territory, they soon discover the world-ending weapon is actually an AI in the form of a young child. So, it's like it has a little bit of like Pedro Pascal, Mandalorian, Last of Us kind of vibes. It's sort of like a found fatherhood type of vibe, I guess, if you will. So it's really it's a movie that's riddled with cliches, but it's still a very interesting story, and a lot of it gave me the ick because a lot of just AI stuff and the fake people, and I don't know, it was a lot of questions of morality brought up, like, about AI, and had I don't wanna spoil it. I don't wanna spoil it, but the message ends up not being what you think it's gonna be, and it's strange. Basically, at the end of the day, American imperialism is the villain, and that's all you need to know. It's also, like, such a grand movie. It had a budget of $80 million and looks infinitely better than anything Marvel has put out in the past 2 years. It's so, like, grand. It definitely reminded me of Rogue One because there are some sequences that take place in space, and it's just so like, I'm really glad that I saw it in the theater. I don't think it would be nearly as good at home, and it's also not, like, a great movie. I gave it 3.5 stars, because like, I was fully entertained. It was breathtaking. It was, interesting, made me think. I wouldn't watch it again. I wouldn't watch it at home, but, you know, it was worth my time in theaters. Probably letting you know that a little too late because now it's out of theaters. I don't think it did very well either. But there you go. That's the only non-horror movie of the month that I watched. So, oh yeah, Goodfellas. That's like everyone's favorite Scorsese. Yeah, yeah. I have watched Killer Clowns from Outer Space, but it's been a long time, and like pre Letterbox days, I'm pretty sure. Unless I would have given it such a bad review on Letterboxd if I did do that. Because I just wasn't into it at the time, but I've watched like so many more 80s horror movies since the first time I watched it. Okay, no, I've never logged it on Letterboxd. Okay, I've never logged it on Letterboxd, so that's good. That's good. Because I'm sure that whenever the first time I talked about it on my channel was, I was quite negative. But I need to give it another go. Oh yeah, my dad liked The Creator. He liked it. He liked it. Oh, and he did Godzilla. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I like a Terrifier poster as well. Oh, an advisor, that too. Consultant, advisor. Yes, neither of those words were coming to me earlier. I didn't even know that this was coming out. Godzilla minus one. Yeah, there's a new Godzilla movie coming out, and I had no idea. Like, I just found out about that like 2 days ago, maybe like a day ago. I don't know. Yeah, it was really derivative, like, yeah, especially of Terminator. But and also like the kind of emotional themes were also very cliched, but it was still really entertaining. Like, I also didn't really mind that very much. More of a horror movie about the AI and having them look like real people feels a lot more real now. Yeah, because technology is basically caught up. True. True. It is horrifying, especially the note that the movie leaves you on because, it's like, we can code things to have emotions, so who's to say those emotions aren't real then? Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's AI, it doesn't actually feel things, but if you code something to have emotions, how do we, because we don't know. Like we won't know, we won't ever know as humans if the emotions are the same or how real they are. It's like it makes you think about really weird stuff like that. The creator is it was heavy. It was a heavy watch for me just cuz like it made me feel weird, and yeah, it hit close to home, especially with like um I guess they don't even call it deep fake technology anymore. They just literally like celebrities have sold their likeness to, like Kendall Jenner did it and whatever. And so there's videos of just it looks like her and she's talking and promoting a product, whatever, but it's like not her. Oh, it's weird. Oh, it's weird. Big fan of Gangs of New York. Only seen it once because oh, excuse me. My God, does he make long movies? Yeah, it is a drawback. But speaking of long movies, guess who is popping her Lord of the Rings cherry tonight? Yep, my boyfriend and I are finally gonna watch the trilogy. We're starting with the first one tonight. I'm excited. Yeah. Oh, I love The Wolf of Wall Street. I love that movie. I've seen it multiple times. The designs and the story of the creator made by AI make me not like the film. Like you don't the story of the movie is not made by AI. Is that what you're saying? No. You saw the creator and saw X on the same day. Oh, okay. So you really like the creator. Nice. Oh, Cody Leach. What? Creator was good, but it killed me seeing the amount of people bitching that an original sci-fi movie didn't make a lot of money. It's not. Yeah. It's exactly that. It's really not original. Like, it's in terms of an AI movie, it definitely brings in new themes. Usually they're a lot more black and white, like Terminator. Well, actually, no, because Terminator 2, he's a good robot. Yeah, no, it's really not. It's really not that original. It borrows from a lot of stuff. All the like I said, like just all the emotional themes are there. It's a retread. It's a retread. It's just updated technology. Um, it looks like a sequel to Rogue One. It was a good theater watch, but anyway. Um, let's. Oh, wait, they're making another Brightburn. That movie sucked ass. Watch the extended cut. I don't even know if I have the extended cut, to be honest. Hold on. Hold on. Um Whoa, I'm standing up. Whoa. You're seeing my pants. I'm wearing them today. Let's see. I have Lord of the Rings. It literally says right on the cover theatrical versions. Rip. Rip. I wonder, does it have the option for No, I don't think I have the extended cuts, but I have the whole trilogy in this little pack. Quite nice, isn't it? I've never watched them. I've had this for so long. I think that I got this in like high school, thinking I would watch it. I don't know. I probably got this like 7 years ago, like around when I first started collecting. Anyway, don't sit through the Hobbit movies. I've heard those are bad. I have heard those are bad. It's like my biggest blind spot, I think. I mean, to like talk about a cultural phenomenon and like cinematic history and like one of the biggest IPs ever, and somehow I've just never seen him. We just weren't a Lord of the Rings family. We were a Harry Potter family. We were a Pirates of the Caribbean family. Yeah, not Lord of the Rings. Crazy. Gonna need an entire day. I know. It's so we're starting this weekend. Yeah, it's a whole work day. Some a few years back. Appreciated them, but didn't become a new Lord of the Rings fan. Okay. See, it was a big deal. My mom borrowed a DVD to show my fam. Wait, she said I'll wait for the last part. Anyway, if it's your first watch, do not watch the extended cuts. They're 4 hours. Oh my God. Jesus. Oh God. Yeah, no thanks. I'm good off that. I'm good off that. Anyway. Let's see. Oh, gonna watch live tomorrow. Okay, no worries, no worries. I want to say I really enjoy the videos. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, last month was a lot. Oh, I went to see Priscilla yesterday, and I'm gonna have to wait to talk about it till next month. But it was, oh my god, it was so good. It was so good. Oh, I could not get it out of my head. And also, my boyfriend and I took edibles last night, and I hadn't had an edible in such a long time. In such a long time, like I just started. Like I just like had my first bowl the other day too. I don't know, I hadn't smoked. I hadn't been high in like 2 months. It had been such a long time. And yeah, so we took edibles last night for the first time in forever. And I could not stop thinking about Priscilla. And I got it into my head that my boyfriend looks a lot like Jacob Elordi, but like from the side. And I couldn't stop thinking about it. I was like, anyways, that's not relevant. But go see Priscilla. That's all I'll say for now. Um, let's see. Oh, there's a dragon? I like dragons. Uh, Desi, thank you. I've only seen one Lord of the Rings. I need to turn in my fairy card, don't I? I mean, it's like sacrilege, but again, those movies are long. It's a commitment, right? It's a commitment. And yet, I was always fine with throwing on a 2.5 hour Harry Potter movie. Like, I don't know, it's not really that different, but and some of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, I think they're all like over 2 hours. Anyways, yeah, it looks amazing. It is amazing. It was excellent. Yeah. It was. I never get to do edibles. It annoys me to no end. Wait, why not? I smoke every day. I'll smoke. Why can't you do edibles? They're so good. They're so fun. They're a good time. I mean, no, I don't recommend. I mean, I do legal things. Don't do illegal things. I'm in California. I can take all the edibles I want. I can smoke all I want. I don't even need a med card here. But anyways, why don't I get on to all my horror rewatches of the month? Why don't I do that? I'm sorry to anybody that's watching this on a replay. I need to. Oh, they just introduced a new thing on StreamYard too that I can like put markers on the live stream so I can go back and put timestamps. But I don't know how to do that yet. I'll figure it out. It's fine. Anyway, let's get into my horror rewatches. I might kind of like blow through these because it's a lot of stuff I've already talked about before. But the first one on the list was on my October watch list for the month, Urban Legend. My first time rewatching the movie, and I was quite underwhelmed, I'll be honest. Your first time watch of Urban Legend is going to be the best time. That's just how it is. It's not really like Scream, where it's just as good upon literally every single rewatch. It's not really one of those movies, okay? It's not really one of those. It went from a 4-star movie to a 3-star movie for me. And I don't know. I don't really know why. I think because the first time I watched it, there were just so many fun surprises. And then knowing the surprises that they unfortunately just didn't hit the same the second time around. Maybe you have a different experience with this. But then also, like, that was one of the reasons why I could forgive the terrible acting of the lead. Hand to God, like, I think this is a hill I'm gonna have to die on. She's one of the worst final girls of all time. Like, she sucks, okay? She sucks. I do not like the lead in Urban Legend, and so the second watch was not offset by having a bunch of fun surprises because I knew what the surprises were. So that was just tough. That was tough for me. I was not really a big fan of Urban Legend on the second viewing, and I was talking it up so much. I put it in like my top 20 horror movies of the 1990s, but I'd shot that video like months ago, right? Like I was pre-filming some stuff because I really was trying to plan ahead and pump out content last month. So I shot it way in advance before I rewatched it. And I just was incorrect. That was not correct. So yeah, there you have it. Urban Legend was not my favorite rewatch of the month. There's something like sticky on my glasses. I'm trying to get it off. And then of course also Hocus Pocus came back to theaters. Oh, for its 30th anniversary, seeing Hocus Pocus in theaters. Oh, what a vibe. What a vibe. What a vibe. Made my boyfriend go to that with me, and I also made him go with me to see The Nightmare Before Christmas. He goes willingly. But I make it happen. I'm like, we're going. Like, I booked our tickets. You know what I mean? But yeah, so we went to the theaters to see Hocus Pocus and Nightmare Before Christmas. I talked about the Nightmare Before Christmas a lot on Patreon with my dad. That was our like Halloween special review. Um, and I loved it. Oh, I loved it. I've never like fallen in love with Nightmare Before Christmas before, but this time, yeah, I seeing it in theaters for the first time. I think that just was a big deal. Yeah. So, but yeah, and Hocus Pocus, obviously incredible. Freaking love that movie. Love it. But let me catch up because I've been rambling a little bit. Uh, you got it. It's all about dosage, okay? YouTube. You better be cool about this because this is good advice, okay? Start as small as you can. All right. We hadn't listen. I've been smoking many years of my life. And last night, like, hadn't been high in a long time, hadn't taken edibles in a long time. We took 2.5 milligrams and we're pretty good. That's literally like half of one of those 5 milligram gummies. It comes in like a pack of 20. Um, and yeah, we took half of one of those and we were chilling. You got to start small, especially like do not eat the edibles that your friends make. Unless you have an insane tolerance and you can handle that, just don't do it. Don't eat homemade edibles. Don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah, it makes the whole house stink. Yeah, I don't make them myself. I think that's so risky. Like you have no idea the dosage and it's just yeah, you can get into a bad situation with that. Anyway. Uh yeah, I was joking around. I assume so now. I assume so now. I wasn't in on it because I've never seen them, so I wasn't like in on the joke. You know what I mean? But I get you. Hello. Hello, Rob. Glad that you made it. Oh, you have or haven't seen Urban Legends since it first popped up in rental stores, didn't stick to my memory banks. Well, that's good then, because then if you rewatched it, then it would still be surprising, right? Oh, watched it for the first time last month. I hope that went well for you. Because sometimes, like older movies that are kids' movies and stuff, you kind of need the nostalgia factor of having grown up watching them. But I first watched Hocus Pocus, I think, when I was like 20. And I might have. Hold on. I don't know if I gave it the best score the first time I watched it. I might have only given it like 3 stars. Let's see. Now it's a 4-star movie for me. Oh, no. I've always given it 4 stars. Okay, yeah. Never mind. Never mind. When Urban Legend came out, the lead hadn't really been in much, but she was known from Noxema commercials. What is that? Noxema? That sounds like a medicine. So everyone just called her the Noxema girl. Oh, that's sad. It's kind of a bummer. I wouldn't want to be the Noxema girl. Oh my god, you watch Hocus Pocus on shrooms? I've never tried that before. We have not talked about When Evil Lurks. I'm still on my horror rewatches of the month, so yeah, it's been a slow stream. I'm always slow going when I'm interacting with you guys, Oh, I don't have anyone selling or making them for me. Oh, you're not in a legal state then, in it. Yeah, it was. We will get into that, I assure you. The second one, see, I loved the second one too. I really loved it. Because of Urban Legend, I still check my backseat before I get in. Thanks, Brad Dourif. Yep. Good life lessons in Urban Legend. Hello, Tia. Hello. It's the shit kick-ass movie. Hell yeah. It is. Oh, Noxema. I don't know. I wasn't alive then during those commercials. Medicated acne creams. I mean, I called it, right? Medication. Anyway. Noxema face wash. Rebecca Gayheart. That's why the Noxema joke is in the final scene. Oh! Damn, that's like an inside joke for 90s people. Like people that were alive then. I wouldn't have known. Would not have known. You showed your niece Twilight last night? Yes! Pass it on to the next generation. Yes. Oh my god. Okay, let me go on with all my other rewatches. Just keep going through them. Oh yeah, okay, so the Halloween franchise movies that I rewatched in the month, obviously the original, Halloween 2 from 81, and then we also watched the trilogy, the David Gordon Green trilogy. So I only watched 5 movies of the franchise this past October. Excuse me. I have a hankering to rewatch the rest of them now. Oh wait. In September, you and I watched Rob Zombie's Halloween movies together. Right. Right. So, I guess technically I rewatched 7 movies of the franchise. That's pretty good. Um, oh, I watched Drag Me to Hell. I hadn't seen that in several years. I think I might have rated it on Letterboxd. I think I might have given it like 2.5 stars. This time around, it jumped up to a 3-star movie for me because there were a few moments that made me absolutely just like cackle, but they were kind of few and far between. It's not, I don't know. I understand completely now how people consider it an Evil Dead movie. It does have that feeling. It's really disgusting in like in ways that are not necessarily my jam. So, yeah, very foul movie, and also the effects just like aren't that good. It's really CGI heavy, and I'm just not that into that. There's a lot of practical stuff too. But I'm just not really that much of a Drag Me to Hell person. 3 stars, it's fine. You know, it's fine. It's basically just like Evil Dead, but with this girl, and now she's getting beat up instead of Bruce Campbell. I don't know. The way I say it makes you feel old. I'm sorry. Sorry. Yeah, we talked a lot about Chucky at the top of the stream. Yeah, no, I'm loving season 3. I'm absolutely loving it. I feel like I watch a fair amount, more than the average Joe. I convinced my boyfriend. I was like, we need to put Battle Royale on our collective watch list. That's something that we're gonna watch together. That's the next step. But have I seen the actor at Disney World playing Jack? His voice is really good, but there's one video where he interacts with a little boy dressed as Zero. No, I haven't seen that. I haven't. But yeah, I think also that was another reason why I fell in love with Nightmare Before Christmas this time around, is because I had just been at Disneyland and they had the ride all decked out for Nightmare Before Christmas. And so yeah, I was really feeling it. Really feeling it. The score is really good. The score is excellent. Absolutely. Oh, hello from Scotland. Hello. Never seen Motel Hell. Apologies. Excited for the new Hunger Games movie. Yes. You always prefer the Divergent movies? What? I like don't mind the first Divergent movie, but the second and third ones so bad, such terrible adaptations from the books. Ooh, they just don't make sense. Yeah, I'm not gonna pull up your comment because it spoils Drag Me to Hell, but I will say Justin Long is excellent in Drag Me to Hell. I love him in that movie. Effects are the main negative. Yeah, okay. So we agree, Drag Me to Hell scared the hell out of me when I first saw it when it was released in 2009. I agree with your thoughts. The movie really disturbed me then. The ending shocked me and not in a fun way. Yeah, it was really, the ending's, it's a moment. It's a moment. Yeah. It's a moment. It's something that I can't say that I enjoy. But, it's got its layer of irony. It's got its layer of comedy to it, I suppose. Anyway, so I already told you guys I rewatched Trick or Treat on Halloween. Very fun. Good movie to watch when you're drunk because it's just very unserious. And Sam is so cute. He's so cute. And then my last rewatches, 2 of them were Haunt movies. So I rewatched Haunt, of course, and Hell House LLC. Hell House LLC. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a Patreon video. I'm gonna rank the entire franchise, all 4 movies, because the new one just came out. So that'll double as like a bonus review for the new Hell House movie. The original, it's still good. It's still good, but it's a 3-star movie for me. It scared the hell out of me the first time I watched it, and I hadn't watched it since. So it had been like 3 or 4 years since the first time I'd seen the original Hell House. And yeah, it definitely wasn't what I remembered, but it still has some really, really good sequences that honestly still still made me feel a little bit anxious. Like it still got it, but it's just not a great movie, but it's good. It's like, it's just a solid 3-star time. It's decent. I forgot. I have plantain chips here. Try to open it over here so it's not too loud. I'm feeling snackish though. But yeah, I mean, I still like Hell House. I still would rewatch it. Rest of the franchise, well, I'll talk about it on Patreon and next month. I will. So, that's okay. That's okay. Yeah. Ew. Oh my god, that video is so funny. Justin Long when Justin Short walks into the room. Yeah. Oh no, the first movie. The other films are bad. Yeah. So I'm assuming you read the books then, because I guess the movies would be like fine if you hadn't read the books. I don't know. He is the man. Oh yes. Oh my gosh. I love the new show. I guess I didn't really talk about it that much here, but I also talked about it over on Patreon recently, so I didn't want to get like too into it. I'm loving it. I'm loving the show. I think he's fantastic in it. And yeah, I'm sorry. I know I'm talking with my mouth full, but like I'm kind of hungry, so I'm sorry. Haunt was so good. Why is that movie so underrated? It was my second time watching it, so I'd forgotten about a lot of the stuff that happened in it. And there is just surprise after every goddamn turn in that movie. There are so many twists. It's so good. Like, it's so good. One of the most underrated leads in horror ever. Come on. Come on. What's her name? Madison or something? I don't remember. Oh my god. Hunt is so good. I don't want to like be hyping it up too much because I think I gave it 4 stars. I'm pretty sure. But oh my god. Like, how do more people not talk about it? Like, how is it not? I know it's like a cult classic. It definitely has a lot of its fans, but like, I'm just gonna pull it up here because it has an average rating of 3.0 on Letterboxd, and I'm like, what? Why? I give the movie 4 stars. I said I thought I'd pop on a horror movie to wind down before bedtime, and now my adrenaline is through the roof. It freaked me the fuck out. Haunt was nuts. It's nuts. It is not like, and I had just watched Hellfest before rewatching that one. And I feel like if I had done it the other way around, where I rewatched Haunt first and then watched Hellfest, I don't know if I would have enjoyed Hellfest as much because Haunt goes so crazy. It goes so hard. Oh my god. I'm glad to see some love in the chat from Tim. Yeah, that's true. That's a good way to put it. They really they build a lot of tension. And so some of the scenes are still effective for me even on a rewatch. Yeah, the effects are so minimal. But those clowns, man, they do a really good job with those clowns. Oh, you watched it because of me. Oh, never even knew of it, and I thank you. Oh, did you enjoy it? Yeah, Trick or Treat definitely feels like R.L. Stine vibes. Absolutely. I want to see this too. I didn't really hear good things about it. It's the one with Nicolas Cage, right? Where he's like the devil, and he's like a taxi driver or something. I don't remember. Let's see. Oh, you carved a ginger pumpkin? That's a good idea. Great background noise, great watch. Yeah, absolutely. The vibes. After the opening of Haunt, I was like, well, I have no idea where we're going now. Right? And the ending. Oh my god. So good. I want a sequel. I want a sequel. And maybe, I don't know, unless, how do you feel about that? Are you one of those people that's like, it's a fantastic one-off, we don't need a sequel? Or do you feel like it's super underrated, it needs a franchise? Like, I don't know. I don't know. They could easily make a Haunt too. I don't know. We are discussing Haunt. It is on Hulu. That's where I watched it because I don't own it on physical media, and now I need it. Love the ending of Haunt. Yes, and it's incredibly scary if you think of it. Yeah, it is. Like, it's even though it's really over the top, the movie's really over the top, it brings in a lot of like real world fears and like real world things that we wouldn't really think about. It's like with urban legend and check in the back seat. It's like, you know, oh, we give all of our information on liability waivers, and then who has access to that information? Like, are we serious? You know? Anyway. Oh, first cult meeting in mad long. Just been watching the replays. Oh, glad to have you here. Yeah, even better the second time around. I think that I liked it more the second time around, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's because I like watched it by myself late at night, whatever. I don't know. I don't know. But it was so good. It was so good. Also, the ending of Hellfest for the same reason. There's something so scary about the notion of that. I can't remember the ending of it off the top of my head, and I just watched it. My favorite decade for horror. I love the 50s. The 80s are also really growing on me, but I feel like the 2020s are going to go down as like one of the best in history. Like a few hundred years from now, the 2020s. So good. Thank you. Will Meister's here. I like Drag Me to Hell, but not the ending. I get it wasn't necessary. Absolutely not. That's the thing. Absolutely not necessary. So, like, you know, we had been through enough. We had been through enough as an audience. That was really just, you know, I mean, Sam Raimi's a bully. He's a bully. I mean, he messes with everybody, you know? Yes, we need a sequel. I'm saying. I need it right now, so serious, right? I enjoyed Hellfest more. I think, honestly, like, oh, no, I can't say this. I think you should go into Haunt as blind as you possibly can. Hellfest is a bit more traditional. It's a bit more of like a traditional Haunt movie. So if that's more what you're into and not the more over the top kind of stuff. Oh, I just remember the ending of Hellfest. Oh yeah, the ending is so good. It's so good. Oh, it's so good. They're both such good movies. They're so good. Kayla Cooper, my queen. My queen. Oh. Afraid a sequel wouldn't be done well. I mean, yeah. That's always a concern. That is awesome, yeah. Wait. You think knowing the ending makes it better? I don't know. I really loved being surprised by it. Because I've forgotten all about it somehow. Anyway. Let's see. Oh, you love the ending? Jeez. You saw HBO Max list Scream as a classic movie, and I'm not okay. When I first read that before reading it out loud, I thought it was going to say cult classic, and I was like, cult classic? Anyway, why does it make you feel old or something? Honestly, that's fine by me. I'm like, I know that, you know, because of their success and stuff, Insidious and The Conjuring, those are going to be considered classic horror movies eventually. I don't think I'll feel old when that happens. I think it's just like, real recognizes real. Scream is absolutely a classic. Absolutely. So, you know, so what that it's, you know, like 30 years old. It's okay. Or not even 30. It's like 27. 100 people. Yeah, you had a good crowd today. Really fun. Oh, body bags. I've forgotten. Oh, yeah. That's probably my favorite short from Body Bags is the gas station one. Yeah. Yep. You need to rewatch Haunt. Watched it when it first came out, and I liked it, but I forgot it. Good. If you've forgotten a lot of it, good. Because I was in the same boat. It's like getting to watch it for the first time again. It's awesome. No, I've been to the Mystic Museum. Their like other exhibit. Right now they have Saw and Jennifer's Body and American Psycho. But we didn't do the Evil Dead one. I absolutely need to do that. I'll get back out there soon. Maybe this month or next month. I'll go back with Nat and we'll do another vlog there. Bex is great. Bex is so great. The fact, and I mentioned them in my review, okay? Right? Because it's true. Hold on. I said Bex Taylor Klaus constantly being cast as a straight girl in the 2010s. Someone needs to serve time for that, actually. Because it's true. Why? They did the same thing with MTV Scream. It's like, and where are they now? What have they been doing? I need to look now. I apologize. Because I like them as an actor. They're fun. They're not like going to win an Oscar any day, but like, they're fun. Wait, no. Oh, Hellfest was 2019. No, 2018. And have they not done a movie since? No, there's a movie called Blackbird from 2019 with a really good cast, actually. Mia Wasikowska, Kate Winslet, Susan Sarandon, Sam Neill. What the hell? Rainn Wilson. What is this movie? What is this? Max Taylor Klaus is in it. I think that might have been the last movie they've done. Damn, where are they? Anyway. It was Sympathy for the Devil? Wait. Is that the Nick Cage one? I thought Late Night with the Devil was the Nick Cage one. I don't know. Oh, you got to meet Nick Castle. Fun. You asked him about his cat, Michael Meowers. You told me he almost got stolen a couple weeks ago. Oh my god, right, because doesn't he bring the cat, like, to conventions with him or something? Or he, like, travels with the cat? I don't remember. Something like that. You're the original younger actor who played Ghost Rider? What? Jeff, the comedian from Burning Zone. Hold up. Okay, I will later. Hold on. I don't feel old, but it also doesn't feel like it's been nearly 30 years. Yeah. Understood. Years start coming and they don't stop coming, you know. I think okay, that was all my rewatches. I only have a few new watches of old horror, then we'll get into all my new release watches. Let me finish reading the chat and chewing. These are like addictive. They're so good. These plantain chips from Trader Joe's. They're so good. They're very salty. And but now I need water. Where's my water? Ow! I hit my ankle on my chair. There it is. Okay. Oh, you put Scream at the top too? As you should. No, I've never seen All Fun and Games. I have not, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm curious about this too. I'm gonna have to do a horror news segment soon. The only problem is I'm busy next weekend, but maybe instead of doing a watch along this week, I'll do a horror movie news segment. Maybe we can do that like, what's a good night for me? I might have to do that Monday night, actually. That might have to be Monday night because I'm kind of busy, you guys. We have like pre-production meetings this week and stuff. So yeah, but we'll talk about this when we get into horror movie news. Let's see. I'll do a quick review of Five Nights at Freddy's here, but I'm gonna give it like a proper review. That'll come out on Monday. So sit tight. Oh, Shudder added the first 7 Saw movies. Oh, nice. Since we already did our deep dive of that franchise, next year the first movie will be 20 years old. That can't. Saw being 20 years old, because I remember like that came out in my childhood. That came out when I was 5 years old, I think. And I remember the Saw covers like when I was a kid, when I was like 7 or 8, and seeing like the first 3 Saw movies in the DVD rental store and just being I felt so scarred just by the posters alone. Like I loved going into the horror section and looking at the posters because they would just scare the hell out of me. And that they're just burned in my memory since being a child. So yeah, that's weird. And I'm 20 years away from my childhood, but anyways, he got out of the house and some people found him and tried to take him home, claiming they thought he was a stray, even though he had tags on. When I was a child, somebody tried to steal my cat as well because she was really, really friendly, and she'd somehow gotten, because like we have to put like the quick release collars on our cats, or like we used to, because like they get into trouble and it's just not safe because they can like choke themselves. But after this incident, we had to put on like a regular collar, like a not snap release one on my cat, because she got fucking stolen. She was like less than a year old, and so I was like 11 or something. I was in like 6th grade, right? And our cat's really, really friendly. And so she went up to these people that were like walking their dogs and like they just fell in love with her or whatever. So they fucking took her because they were like, oh, she didn't have a collar on. And this woman was visiting her mom and she lived like an hour away. So she took my cat home with her. And it's like, how much of a dumb fucking bitch are you? Because like you're like, oh, this cat's super friendly and clean. She must be a stray. Dude, what stray is that friendly with humans and dogs? And is that clean, well kept? Stupid, stupid woman. So then we had, luckily, she took her to the vet to see if she was chipped or to like get her chipped. Honestly, I think she took her to the vet to get her chipped. But then they found obviously like our information. So the vet calls us. She doesn't call us. So then they like get us into contact with her and we had to drive out like a half hour or whatever to like meet in between our houses to like get my cat back. This woman, it still gets me so heated to this day. And this happened like 13 years ago. She repeatedly asked me, an 11-year-old, 11-year-old, if she could buy my cat. She was like, oh, but she's just so sweet. She gets along with our dog. She whatever, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I was 11. 11. She tried to steal my cat. She almost got away with it. If it weren't for the vets, oh my God. So I feel for him. I feel for Nick Castle. That's crazy. Anyway, okay. Oh, thank you. Your favorite segment in Body Bags is a slasher with a cameo that leaves you craving more. You did just say game recognizes game. It's my favorite segment too. Yeah. I need to give that one a rewatch though. It's been a while. I haven't watched that in like, I think it's been over a year since I did my John Carpenter deep dive. Yeah. Oh God, off the top of my head, in this moment of time in the space-time continuum, what would you proclaim your top 3 favorite horror movies released in the year of 2023? In the year of our Antichrist, my favorite horror movies off the top of my head, Talk to Me, Totally Killer, and it's between Scream 6 and Evil Dead Rise. Yeah. Yeah. Wait, no! And Never Hike Alone 2. I don't know. Too much pressure. No, I haven't seen Creepshow season 4 yet because I'm going to wait to watch that with my dad because we always watch it together. So I'm going home for like 9 days over Thanksgiving, so we're going to watch it together then. Am I going to see Thanksgiving? Yes, I am. But there's also, it's coming out the same day as the new Hunger Games. Oh, shoot. I'll be seeing the new Hunger Games opening day, and then maybe I'll see that the next day and try to get my review out by like Monday or something. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, you also met Felissa Rose. Oh, the highlight of my weekend. She's the sweetest. She talked to me for so long. Almost started crying when talking about how much she loves the community. That's so sweet. Oh. I don't know what that is. I don't know. My phone too. Voicemail. Which horror poster has scared you the most? It has to be the Saw ones because those are the only ones that I like were like burned into my memory as a child when I would go to like the DVD rental store. I miss them too. But I love collecting physical media now because I didn't do that as much as a kid because like you would just go and rent it, you know? So we didn't collect that much physical media when I was a kid. We had like, I don't know, a few of the movies that I had on repeat, like Corpse Bride and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and the Harry Potter movies, but yeah, we didn't have that much. Like we would go and rent them. I like hunting for physical media now, though. You know, it's morphed. It's morphed. It is messed up. Who does that? Who does that? I have met so many cats in my lifetime out on the streets that I'm like, oh, I want to take you home. But you don't because they're obviously domesticated. That's why they're being nice to you. She was so stupid. She was so stupid. Exactly. I didn't know either. I figured like my child brain just figured that they just were like cutting people's heads off and ripping their nails off for the whole movie and all that. That's what the posters are giving. No, I should though. I should probably book my tickets for Thanksgiving. I should do that. I don't know if they're I hope it's coming to my theater, but I don't know if it is. Let's see. Coming soon. We got uh oh, the Marvels. Oh my god, that's already next weekend. Am I gonna see that? I don't know. I see Silent Night, but that's not a horror movie. That's like a crazy action movie, right? Oh, Poor Things is coming in December. That's coming in like a month. I'm excited for that. Oh, there's Thanksgiving. It's like, well, I had to scroll a lot to get it. We do have showtimes. Oh my god. Oh my god. But they're so late. I'd probably have to go on like Saturday or something. Oh, they don't have it. Wait. November 11th. Oh, they haven't announced any times. I swear to God. Wait, no, wait. Wrong Saturday. Wrong Saturday. False alarm. False alarm. Yeah, I'm just going to book my ticket for like an 11 a.m. showing on the Saturday after its release because Friday night is for Hunger Games, baby. So yeah. All right. Got that booked. Got that taken care of. So you can count on that review coming out this month too. I never killed a goldfish in a toilet. What are you talking about? Jesus. I don't remember what I said to her. I just repeatedly was like, no. It like I'm still not over it. And that cat was literally like my soulmate. Like I loved her so much. She was my familiar. She always brought me like massive dead rats all the time and was such a good hunter. She could hunt gophers and moles. She was such a she was my soulmate, my familiar, my everything. And this woman, oh god, I can't even believe, like, how delusional do you have to be to ask an 11-year-old child whose cat you've stolen if you can buy her cat? How mental illness, isn't it? Oh my god. Yeah, I'm not gonna hold back. I mean, it's just wild. We've gotten really off track, but yeah, it's insane. I know, lady's crazy, but your cat, I know. Ugh, I don't. How do you take a cat? Found a kitten 2 months old. Oh, outside at night. I took her in, but I posted all over to see if there were any owners. Yeah, after 2 days, I found the owner. See, kittens, it's like, they don't know their way back home yet. So you got to keep kittens inside for a bit. But anyways, thank you for going off. Yeah, I hope she sees this. I hope she remembers what I look like. Anyway. Oh, Best Buy. I know, starting in 2024. The only upside to this that I can think of is that maybe it means their Black Friday sale and their Cyber Monday sale is going to be really good this year. So I'm going to get a lot of good sleeved Blu-rays and maybe even some steelbooks or something. But yeah, fuck Best Buy. Ugh. God. Sell you my cat. How about you sell me your kid? Oh my god. Oh my god, wait, the creators of Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey still hold a grudge against you and Cody Leach? Oh my god. Clowns. Absolute clowns. Listen, when you make something and you put it out into the world, it's not yours anymore. And people can think whatever they want about it. And they can tell the world whatever they want about it. Fucking clown behavior. That's so silly. I didn't realize they did live streams. I didn't know that they were like content creators, but fuck them. Fuck them. Yeah, It's a Wonderful Knife, which I like haven't heard that much about. I really doubt that's coming to my theater. But if it is, I'll try to see it. I'll try. I didn't know there was drama with her. And it was a 2-minute rant. Oh, now I kind of want to watch it. That sounds like it would be funny. Was it? I bet that was like entertaining. But like, I don't want to. I feel like they're attention whores. I don't want to like react to it, but like I do kind of want to see it because it sounds like it's funny. I mean, like, when my goldfish have passed away, yeah, like you flush them. But I never like killed my goldfish. Anyway. Yeah, Guardians of Galaxy Volume 3 was 100% a James Gunn movie. It is not representative or indicative of Marvel and their future and where it's going and the quality of their stuff right now. Absolutely not. Is a James Gunn movie. Um I mean, yeah, no, she was the best. The one time though that it like really sometimes it'd be bad. Sometimes it'd be really gross and she would kill the thing and like eat it, but she would like leave me a few little organs. Or one time she brought me this giant rat, like maybe the biggest rat she'd ever brought me, and she ate its face off. It was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my entire life. But I was like, that's a good girl. That's a good girl. You know, we've never had a pest problem because our cats are so good. But anyway, don't remember the last time I stepped foot in a Best Buy. For me, it was probably last year on Black Friday. Yeah. It was, we should bring back public shaming, yeah. Yeah, I'm saying. That's just unhinged. Anyways, okay. So I'm trying to get back on track. I got so off track here. So I'm sorry for anyone watching this on the replay because I know this is not like my traditional recap videos, but anyway. My only new watches of old horror include all the Rob Zombie movies that we've been watching together on live streams. Hellfest, which I've already talked about. It was a good time. I really liked Hellfest. Ending was very impactful. Had a really good time with it. It was just a vibe. Not a super strong movie by any means. It just was a good time. It was entertaining, you know? And then The Retreat, which I'll read the synopsis because I doubt that you know this one. Let's see. Oh, specify that it's a movie. Okay, yeah. So a couple traveled to a cabin to spend the weekend with friends, but upon arrival, the friends are nowhere to be found. The couple finds themselves in a fight for their lives when they encounter militant extremists who are determined to exterminate them. Yeah, so my friend Tiago had always recommended that one to me because like he really loved it, but he does not. I'm telling you, like he will only recommend things based on his own taste. Like he doesn't take into account the fact that we watched this movie together called Eden Lake that he really loves together. And he loves it, but it's so brutal. Like I will never rewatch Eden Lake because it was just too realistic. It was not fun. It was so serious and so brutal. I don't like that type of stuff. And that was what The Retreat was. And it's like, you know, the lead couple, they're two gay women. So like it's I don't know. The movie is just all about like violence against the gays because like the synopsis said they're trying to exterminate them. And I'm like, I don't want to watch that. Like, I don't want to watch that. So, I mean, it ended up being fun. Like, it ended up being fun and cathartic. Like, a lot of, you know, a lot of the gays do really enjoy the movie, but it was not worth like the first half of the movie to me. It was a little too real and not fun enough. And yeah, it was just a little bit too sad. So that one was not for me. When do I think Maxine will be released? Well, they already shot it. So, and also it seems like the strike is going to be coming to a close pretty soon. It seems that's what the rumor is, that like the deal is being kind of like finalized. So like hopefully this next week maybe we'll see the resolution of that. So I think I could still have a 2024 release. I don't know. Yeah, some organs for your potions master. I literally think that was like her thought process. I really do. Yeah, but my parents would like, you know, have me throw that stuff away, and she would it would be so disgusting. She would like sometimes there'd be just like entrails and like blood just like down the hallway because she would always leave them in front of my bedroom door. Bless her. Bless her. Oh, and then our cat now, Absinthe, he's really my mom's cat. Like, he'll bring in like a lizard or like a tiny mouse and it'll still be alive. So then we have to catch it, or like a bird. I'm like, Absinthe, he's terrible. He is nowhere near the hunter that my Andorra was. Anyway. The Godzilla show. Oh, I didn't know it was gonna. Is there also a movie coming out? I had no idea it was gonna be a show. Anyway. Was it? I'm not gonna hold you. It didn't really have my full attention, so I wasn't paying that much attention to like their relationship. But yeah, it just wasn't for me. They're saying you and Cody are fucking idiots and know nothing about filmmaking and real YouTubers. I was like, yikes. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, that sounds like it was fucking hilarious. Oh my god. Oh, it's so funny. It's so just because, like, I think my work speaks for itself. Like, I really there is no part of me that feels the need to, like, respond to, like, criticisms of my work. Like, I I don't know, when it was first coming out, and I don't know, there's, like, legitimate criticisms and stuff, but, you know, some of the bad reviews is just, like, people just didn't like it. And it's like, that's fine, you know? That's fine. It's I can't, like I think it's just some people whose egos are so fucking big, they cannot tell the difference between, like, criticism and hating, you know? And all hands up, like, sometimes I can be a world-class hater. Absolutely. Did you watch Hostel, directed by Eli Roth with me? Sometimes I can be a world-class hater. Um, the only reason I became a hater of Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey is because of how embarrassing the filmmakers are and how they reacted to criticism, valid criticism. It's embarrassing. Anyway, I guess I don't need to watch it. That sounds like that about sums it up. But anyway, my kitty was metal. She was. She was. She was. They're so good. I mean, cats are just such good little guys. Yeah, Tiago recommended it to me too because it has a similar premise to the film I'm working on now. I didn't like it because it seemed too focused on gay trauma. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I don't know why he likes movies like that. Cause yeah, but I don't know. Anything like Tiago has a YouTube channel. You should follow him. Absolutely. He puts out good content. But yeah, just be warned that like he's pleased by a movie as long as it has like a gay lead. Like he doesn't care if it's about like gay trauma and all that. So like just take that into consideration with his recommendations. I think that's like a good thing to know before going into some of the stuff he recommends. Let's see. Let's see. No way they said that. I wasn't gonna say. I think my work speaks for itself. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Let's see. Oh, was the actor too? Oh my goodness. I think they're just like a gang of buddies because I even had like the composer of the film up in my comments trying to be like, you know, and the whole okay, let me just for anybody new here that wasn't around in February when all this was going down. Basically, it was like the criticism was that it was very obvious that there was no work put into doing something special with the IP. It was just like clearly very exploitative of the IP. They had a budget of like $80,000 and they just beefed it. It wasn't good. It was not worth spending $18 for a special event to see it in the movie theaters. And people felt ripped off. Like rightfully so. And they kept firing back with well, well, we did put so much effort into the movie. You weren't there on set and we shot it in 8 days, whatever. And I was like, the way you couldn't torture that information out of me, the way that you had this much money and you only managed to have 8 shooting days, like, talk about a poor distribution of resources, okay? That's besides the point. So they just kept firing back. It's like, dude, obviously you put effort into it. Obviously making movies is really fucking hard. That's not what anybody is saying. But they're just straw manning it and going in loops because they won't respond to the actual legitimate criticism. It was crazy. It was crazy. Who you calling Pinhead? Yeah, maybe they shouldn't make shitty films and we won't call them shitty. It's like, oh my God, do they know their movie sucks? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Don't think it's how big the ego is, but how fragile. I think it's both, personally. Why would anyone criticize a nice person like you? I don't know. I can be pretty fiery. I think I'm deserving of criticism. There's been several times when I've been deserving of criticism. Sure, I think, but I'm just saying. I think that's the difference. You know, that's the difference. It's like some people, all they know is defense. They can't they internalize it. They can't critically think about it and like, you know. Anyway. Surely they weren't expecting to get positive reviews. Right? They described their new Peter Pan horror movie as It meets The Black Phone meets Inside. Okay, so they admit that they rip off other horror movies. Anyway, I'm not gonna be seated for that. Anyways, so yeah, those are long story short, tangents aside, that's all my new watches of old horror movies. There weren't that many. So we can finally, hour and a half into it, Jesus, get into all the new releases that I watched in the past month. So The Exorcist Believer, I already gave an impeccable review, if I do say so myself. It is, how long was that video? Like 27 minutes of me just improvising out of my ass, and ended up pretty good. That video has like 30,000 views now. I guess y'all liked it, so that's good. I Everybody works hard. Everybody that makes movies knows how hard it is. Like, we know that. It doesn't mean you can act like exactly. Or clowns. Yeah. Anyway, it has a 3% on. Of course it does. Of course it does. That's so funny. Whereas, like, okay, for instance, I'm gonna just let me not say anything and let this speak for itself, right? Because now, like, a greater audience has found my short. It's not just like the reviews are not just bogged down with, like, you know, my audience rating it, right? So it still doesn't have like an overall review. I think because like not enough people have seen it, but let's just see here. Yeah, so over 200 logs on Letterboxd, and it looks like an average score of, what would you say? Like I don't know, a 3.7 probably. Look at the majority of reviews, 4 stars. Like, bitch, please. Let's see. Although I feel like this might be skewed by the people that all gave it like 5 stars because they were super into. Oh, no, I was wrong. Listen, and that's a lot more people, but I don't know. I feel like if you took a sample size of 200 people that reviewed this movie, it'd be about the same. So anyways, oh, thank you. Do you hear about the teacher who accidentally showed Blood and Honey to a 2nd grade class and refused to turn it off for a while even after they begged him to? I did hear about that, and it did not sound for real. It sounded so unserious to me. Anyway. Yeah, that was a fun video, right? It's a good reason why I don't script my reviews anymore. But anyway, yeah, no, I heard about that 2nd grader thing. I'm like, that's insane. It's like a lawsuit waiting to happen. You want to have a class action lawsuit about how you traumatize these like 8-year-olds, or I don't know, how old are 7th graders? I mean, 2nd graders. They're like 7, right? Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Dude, if you it's the name of the fucking game. Like, if someone doesn't like your movie, it doesn't mean they're mean. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, if I went to Tubi, nobody would care about it. It's the fact that, like, I spent $18 to see the movie. $18. I could have gone out. I could have gotten some ramen for that. I could have gotten some poke. But no, I spent, and it's like for people that have to budget, you're getting fucking robbed. Anyways, okay, so The Exorcist Believer, anyways, we know how I feel about that. Pet Sematary Bloodlines, I also gave that one like a partial solo review over on Patreon along with Totally Killer. And Pet Sematary Bloodlines, I've been waiting to talk about this with you guys because it came out like a month ago. It was so bad. It was so bad. And I was like, Henry Thomas, baby girl, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? Because Henry Thomas, we know him from all the Mike Flanagan shows and everything. He took on the mantle of playing Jack in Doctor Sleep, right? Like, Henry Thomas, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? It was so bad. And somebody mentioned that they're telling the story of what's his face? I don't remember his name. But it's the story from the book that's like sort of glossed over in the movies a little bit. It's more or less just like glossed over, but it's a story about like, the kid that died at war and then his father buried him. So he came back, obviously not all right. And they just absolutely butchered it. I can't remember what I said on Letterboxd. It's been a month now, but let's see. Sematary Bloodlines. I give it 1 star for starters. I said, oh, right. I said, Henry Thomas, I'd like a word with your agent, please. That's what I said about it. The top review on Letterboxd is also 1 star. Yeah, remember, kids, when it comes to resurrecting a franchise, sometimes dead is better. That's basically the crux of it. Like, yeah, no personality, no bite, a climaxless, tensionless 90 minutes that not even Pam Grier could save. Pam Grier is also there. Oh my god, I forgot. Oh, yeah. It's just a bummer because like it's a really interesting story that could have provided so much more lore to the book. It really could have easily been expanded upon a lot, and they just big fat didn't do that. So, and I don't know how many of you guys have seen it. I don't know how much we'll be able to talk about it because it's on Paramount Plus. That streaming service, oh my god, it's a toilet bowl. It's a clusterfuck. It is a bad streaming service, and they were staying afloat with iCarly, their #1 show on the platform, and they fucking cancel it after a cliffhanger. We should here. I'm gonna pass this petition around and sign it if you'd like to join our class action lawsuit to get another season of iCarly. Because what the hell? What the hell? I just know they were trying to capitalize on the IP of Pet Sematary to try to like kick to the surface. Their streaming platform is drowning. They're like gulping for air. So they're trying to use that probably to get more users, like more horror fans and stuff. Because they got us, they have all the Scream movies. They got us there. They have Teen Wolf, and apparently that movie was also trash. And it's like, come on. Come on, Paramount. Come on. You released fire movies back in the day. And now what's all this? What's all this then? Huh? Anyway. Let's see. I don't think they know what the word critic means. I don't either. I don't either. It's just, it's really confusing. It's quite confusing. You can't, who walked through the world expecting sunshine and rainbows coming out of everyone's ass after seeing the work they've made? I don't know. Cuz I don't feel like I grew up in the time of like participation trophies and all of that. It was, unless that's more prevalent than I thought, but what do I know? Oh, you completed it. Nice. Glad you made it to a stream too. Yeah, I love ramen. I love it. It makes me break out, but I love ramen so much. Pet Sematary in general is kind of silly. It is. It's not a good franchise. I know that a lot of people have a lot of reverence for the original. It's fine. Like it's a movie that I rewatch. It's a 3-star. It's fine. It's fine. But and I'll continue to rewatch it. Probably the original more than the rest of the franchise. But it's not great. It's great. You're right to skip it. You are. It'll it's not like it's gonna ruin anything about the franchise for you. It's just that it's so bad. That well, I don't know. Maybe you are the type that it would retroactively just make the other movies seem goofy too somehow, or maybe it'll make the other movies seem even better by comparison. Like I don't know, but I usually go live for like over 2 hours usually. So love our streams. Yeah, me too. I think it got really weird after ET left Earth. Yeah, I always forget that was him in ET too. I forget that he was a child actor. It's crazy. They did Bloodlines from the wrong POV. Yeah, it was boring. It was so boring. It was so generic. That's the main problem. That is the worst crime, being boring and generic. Because it didn't have to be. It absolutely didn't have to be. But whatever. I don't get Paramount Plus, yeah. It's absolutely not worth it. Unless you don't have physical media and you don't have the Scream movies, then you get Scream and, I don't know, you get, like if you're a Gen Z kid, then it's like, okay, you get iCarly and SpongeBob, I guess, but, like, I don't know, let me look at what's on there. I, like, hardly ever go on there. Um, do I know my sign-in? I think I do. I do! Let's see. Yeah, I mean, let's just, like am I allowed to pull up, like, a streaming service? Because I'm not watching anything, I just wanna see what's on here. Oh, I guess it's, like, a lot of sports stuff, if you like sports stuff. Oh, yeah, I watched Hot Rod on there a while back. They have Wrong Turn, okay. Oh, they have Smile and Orphan First Kill. Okay, I guess they have of course, all the classics. Nickelodeon. I guess they have more than I thought. Oh, they have X? Oh. And Paranormal Activity. Yeah, I guess. Okay, alright. I guess their selection's okay. I wanna try out this show, but I'm not hopeful for it, so anyway, looks like they have, like, decent comedy selection. Oh, they have Mean Girls, Wolf of Wall Street. I mean, you know, I think I was just thinking, like, in terms of horror. I think that's what I was thinking of. 'Cause it's not bad. I mean, obviously Paramount Plus has, like, really good IP, but, um, none of this is just screaming excellence to me. This was apparently a total flop as well. I liked The Lost City, okay. That was alright. I never saw that. Yeah, I mean, it's just okay, Mission Impossible, okay, Interstellar, okay. I mean, there's, like, some good stuff, but anyway, you get the point. Paramount Plus is, like, not really that worth it. Ouch. Oh. Oh, sorry. Yeah, and no Wendigo. That was okay, that's, like, that's the biggest thing they missed out on, I think, in my opinion. The Wendigo is such I am so fascinated by the Wendigo. Is it considered a cryptid? Or is it just considered like folklore and a monster? I don't know. Is there a difference? Are cryptids considered folklore? I don't know. I've never looked into them that much. But yeah, no, they totally missed out on that. It was a lot of like rinse and repeat. It was a lot of rinse and repeat. Of course, there was like a dog. Of course, there was a dog that they buried, and then there were people, and then some other people died, and then some people died twice, and it was just like, ugh, whatever. Everybody signed, yeah. Yeah, what else do they have going for them, right? That's what anyways. It's fine. I guess I was more so talking about like their new content, because after going through it, I'm like, okay, they have some good classic shows, and they have a decent horror selection, I guess. But in terms of their new content to like, keep us coming back, they got nothing. Yeah, they don't make any money by successful shows, only by getting new subscribers. But like if they kept their popular show going, over time more people would join. Like they're going to lose a bunch of business by canceling successful shows. It doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense. Well, The Rental is good. That's a good movie. That's kind of like a slower burn thriller vibe. It's really good. Dave Franco's directorial debut of all people. Yeah, I saw that. I like didn't know if that was real because I just saw like a blurb. I like didn't look into it. My feed has been more so filled with like other stuff currently going on. I don't want to talk about because I don't want to get demonetized about it, but yeah, so I didn't look into that. The book, Pet Sematary, the book is fantastic. It's probably in my top 5 Stephen King books. Yeah. A movie special of an adult victorious. That's actually true. Current commentary, it'd be kind of like Scream, but yeah, current commentary on Hollywood for sure. Let's see. Oh yeah, when a network cancels a show you like and another network picks it up, makes it even better. That happens every once in a while. Oh, Paramount has Yellow Jackets, right? Because they merged with Showtime. I don't think Showtime is its own streaming service anymore, and I feel like we're going to be seeing that more and more. Like Disney is about to buy Hulu in its entirety. Disney's about to like own Hulu. So I think we're going to be seeing that more and more because the streaming era You know, it was fun while it lasted, but it was a fucking flop. It was a flop. So anyway, it's like how Uber and Lyft destroyed rideshare services. I mean, you know, it's the same thing. Yeah, the newest Paranormal Activity. They should probably all be on Paramount, right? Because they own the franchise. The worst studio I've worked for. I felt so disrespected as a professional. They'll try to underpay you as much as they can and not pay for things other studios pay for. Boo! In this house, we hate Paramount. Let's see. Oh, we might be around, George. Who knows? Also helps to have Showtime with Paramount to access all the movies. It's true. Yeah, I know that I have Showtime because my sister has Showtime. Like, I have her login. So, yeah, Yellow Jackets. Oh, phenomenal. Phenomenal. Oh, hello. Just got home from work. Oh, take a load off. Join during the cult meeting. I love it. Oh, you like School Spirits? Okay, cool. Good to know. Good to know. I got to get through Buffy first. I got to watch Fall of the House of Usher. I know my dad really wants to see Loki season 2 with me. We got a lot to get through, but we don't even have Disney Plus right now. Also, it's a struck company, so I guess I'm gonna have to convince him that we can't watch it because I don't want to support them right now. Same with Starbucks and McDonald's. Which is also, like, yeah, I'm not going to go see Wish. Probably not going to see the Marvels. You know. Like every other horror film on any streaming service has a synopsis of a bunch of strangers wake up in a strange location with no recollection of how they got there. I mean, yeah, there's just a lot of generic stuff in general. Wendigo is both. Gotta be a cryptid. Okay. Yeah. You own a majority of the horror movies on there on Blu-ray, as do I. As do I. Folklore of Native American lore. Okay. Good to know. Because, like, but the creature in the ritual has a real Wendigo vibe, but that's not really what it is. But, like, you know, anyway, watch The Ritual. Perfect film. Oh my god. Wendigo is like a cursed human? What? From cannibalism. What? Cryptid is an animal that isn't proven to exist. Like platypus used to be a cryptid. What? Really? Oh my god. That's so... I was going to say the same thing. That's so funny. Oh my god. Oh, we have... Yes, I've seen Five Nights at Freddy's. And it's about time to get into that. I guess we have a consensus about Pet Sematary Bloodlines, and a lot of people haven't seen it. Oh, but next up, though, would be Totally Killer. And Totally Killer, I watched, like, literally directly right after Pet Sematary Bloodlines. So that is why it was a 4-star movie for me. I feel like on a rewatch, it'd probably be like a 3-star because a lot of the humor in the movie fell flat, had a little bit of an odd tone, like a little bit inconsistent. Definitely like the Christopher Landonification of Back to the Future. Really felt like a mixture of Back to the Future, Scream, and Happy Death Day. You know, self-aware, dark comedy, very light on the horror. Really just like a teen comedy that happens to have some horror elements in it. And it's a whodunit. Which at the reveal, nobody moved. You know, nobody moved. Nobody fell out of their chair at that one. Kind of weak. And also, hold on. If you have not seen, you've probably seen the poster by now, but let me just share my page. I mean, it's just a terrible mask. It's bad. It's really bad. Don't like how it looks. Like, what kind of Ken doll basic ass? What is this? Like, no. But it was fun. I feel like it's one of the first time travel movies I've seen where they actually address how problematic the language was like 40 years ago, you know? So our main character is reacting to a lot of all the sexist undertones of everything that's going on, and it's kind of funny. I don't think they did that in The Final Girls, which is a very similar concept, but anyway. I didn't think it was very similar to The Final Girls, and I thought it was better than The Final Girls, so maybe that's a hot take, but yeah, Totally Killer was fun. It was fun, I thought. Thing about HBO Max is true. He actually publicly apologized. Oh my god, how did people how did people find out about that? You know? Like, how did that get exposed? I gotta know. Oh, gotta clock into work. Okay, have a good day. Bye. Oh, thank you. Oh, my top 5 Stephen King books. Oh, off the top of my head, Fairy Tale, number 1. Don't you forget it. Fairy Tale is number 1. Then Misery. Then The Shining. Oh, this is so hard. I can't pick just 5. Right now, because I have like 3 more off the top of my head that I want to put in my top 5. That'll be The Outsider and Pet Sematary. But then also, really underrated one that I've read like 3 times now is The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon. I really love that book. Definitely not nearly as meaty as the others. And I don't think that one cracks my top 5. I don't think it cracks my top 5. What other Stephen King have I read? I can't remember right now. But, oh, The Colorado Kid. That's a really short one. You can read that one in like a day. Colorado Kid is fine. It's all right. But yeah, so I guess that's off the top of my head. Those are my top 5. Yeah, book is incredibly heavy. I love all the character work he does in his books, though. It's phenomenal. Everyone has all the Star Trek shows. See, I've never really watched Star Trek. Never been too interested. Oh, of course I'll be tuning into Crystal Lake. Of course. Yes. Oh, okay. So, yeah, it's more of a spirit. Yeah, it's a lot more like mystical. So yeah, not a living creature. Got you. Okay. Dad, welcome to the haunted, or hello to the haunted hippie cult. Just got back from Ohio. Father Matt, enjoy the stream. Thanks, Dad. I am eating a chip that fell on the floor. I did do that. I didn't even think twice about it, to be honest. But I'm clean. Like, do you not vacuum? Do you not dust your home? My floor is clean. I want my comment in your unpopular opinion videos. I should do another one of those. That'd be fun. House of Usher goes pretty quick despite the long episodes. Final episode is 1 hour and 16 minutes. Yeah, it is kind of long. That was another reason why I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna prioritize keeping up with Chucky and Goosebumps over House of Usher because it is a lot longer. So that was part of it. Yeah. So, you enjoy Totally Killer? Yeah, it is fun. It's it's not breaking the mold on anything new or reinventing the wheel, but it's just a good time. Yeah, the reveal landed so flat. Yeah. My dad had seen Five Nights at Freddy's. Dad, if you're still on, because this was like 5 minutes ago, then yeah, we can go off about Five Nights at Freddy's for a little bit here. But the mask looks like someone named Chad. That's true. One of those 3-star movies, just fun to watch at the time. Yeah, I think 3 stars is more fair. I just, at the time, coming off Pet Sematary, it was like, I mean, the difference in quality was just unbelievable. The mask looks like the face of the guy who was the main villain in the first Purge movie. Yes, it looked like a Purge mask. That too. I know I was thinking of something else. Totally Killer is Stab 5, but good. Yeah, true. There's time travel in Stab 5. Good callback there. You think it works? Okay, at least it's not a guy in a zipper up hoodie. He's wearing a hood. Well, I already X'd out of it, but a bunch of them are wearing hoodies actually. It was the double feature podcast. Love you guys. Yeah, it was a fun one for us. Love the 80s vibe and the time travel spin. Yeah, me too. There should be more time travel movies. I hope they make a comeback. It was fun. Oh, he walked out 30 minutes into the movie for The Exorcist Believer. Yeah, it was that. It's that bad. Yeah. Oh, you watched the trailer? Yeah, I feel like if you made a trailer of the movie, it would seem really bad. I never watched a trailer because I don't do that. I don't do that. So it surprised me how much I enjoyed it. I guess the reveal, but I had to explain the time travel stuff to my roommate. Yeah, it's a little complicated. Checking out the recap. Hi, chat. Oh, thank you guys for popping in. Pet Sematary is number 1 for me. Oh yeah, I just finished Carrie. I wasn't crazy about it. That's your number 1. Yeah, Carrie was the last Stephen King book that I read. Um, wasn't crazy about it. Wasn't crazy about it, but it was cool. I'm glad to have finally read it though. Check that off the old list. Um, oh, you just finished Fairy Tale? Oh, so good. So good. Oh my god. And these are all ones that I haven't read yet. The Stan, Salem's Lot, and Christine. Haven't read those yet. Oh, Life of Chuck. We'll talk about that in horror news. I promise you. Misery's number 1. Yes. Then Skeleton Crew short story collection. Oh, I haven't read that one. I think I've only read 9 or 10 of his books so far. So like I'm behind. Okay. I've spent the past few years like trying to catch up, but yeah. The Papa has some thoughts on Five Nights at Freddy's. Oh, still here. Okay. Thought it was interesting. Really? Better than you had anticipated. It was even worse than I anticipated. I'll be honest. I guess we're jumping ahead to Five Nights at Freddy's. We can go back and talk about Never Hike Alone 2 and Dark Harvest, but Five Nights at Freddy's was so bad. It was so bad. I don't know what was going on. The girl that plays Beck in You, she was in this, and what's her name? Five Nights at Freddy's cast. Oh, Elizabeth Lale. Okay, so hold on a minute. So you know her from You, probably, right? The first season of You. But she was also in. So Five Nights at Freddy's really weirdly reminded me of Countdown, this movie that she was in. That's so bad. So she's a nurse. She downloads an app that claims to predict exactly when a person is going to die. So obviously it's like real. And Carlisle is in it. It's so bad. It's one of those movies that's like very obviously a teen movie that's designed more for like preteens, and it's PG-13, but it's really for like 12-year-olds, kind of, you know what I mean? That's what Five Nights at Freddy's felt like to me. I can't explain. Let's see how it's doing now. Oh, it jumped up. Okay, because I think for a little while it only had like a 23% on Rotten Tomatoes. Audience score goes crazy though, obviously. I mean, the fans they're not fucking about. They're not messing around. With the critics not having it. Maybe fun to watch for fans of the game, but most viewers of any other persuasion will find this muddled and decidedly unscary. Yeah. Muddled is a good word. Muddled is a good word. Like the whole movie felt like a side quest. There's this, it's like, I mean, obviously everything is connected, but there's like this B plot that feels unnecessary because I'm like, I want to watch more of these robots killing people. And that's not really what the movie is. It's weird. It's really weird. It's really weird. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thanks for being here. I'll do it again. I'll do it again. I will do it again. I have done I compared all 3 of the Carrie movies. Yes. Let's see. You hate the Believer because of the patriarchy. Yeah. Yeah, if you don't like The Exorcist Believer, you are a misogynist. No, I'm not a gamer. So I've not played it. Wouldn't know how to if I wanted to, unfortunately. But that'd be great if I could do that eventually. It'd be fun to do it with you guys, and you guys just be telling me how to do it and what to do, because I wouldn't know what to do. Now you gotta play Five Nights at Freddy's. I've seen my only experience with Five Nights at Freddy's before was watching like 20 minutes of a live stream when Celise was playing it. And to me, it just looked like, okay, so you stand in a room and you turn the lights on and off and you just watch and you just wait. Like, I didn't get it. I didn't watch enough of it to get it, obviously, but like, it seemed weird. I don't Excuse me. Excuse me. Ugh. Let's see. Oh, I didn't say I liked it. No, I know, but you thought it was funny. It was so corny. Yeah. But still, you said it was better than you thought it was going to be. So that was a surprise to me. I thought you'd be kind of on the hater train with me. Anyway. Oh, you enjoyed it. Okay, watched it second time and don't like it as much. However, I'd still watch it again. Okay. All right. I would not watch it again. You thought it'd be bad, but it was bad in a different way. I really didn't care about the custody battle. It's a whole there, yeah, and that's like a C plot. That's it's trying to like build out character drama, and I just didn't care. I just didn't care. So yeah, Countdown. It is a fun movie. Yeah, honestly, like I would watch it again. I'd watch it again. How does it compare to Megan? I thought Megan was pretty boring, even though it had a good story. So Five Nights at Freddy's is boring and it has a bad story. There's like a fun, I mean, dare I call it a fun reveal? No, because I called it. And it's so obvious and it's painful. There's a little twist to it, but it's just there's just not enough payoff. It's ridiculous. So you think Flanagan should have been given the new Exorcist movies? Yeah, because if there's one thing Flanagan knows how to do, it's character. That's like all he does, really. That's why he's so good at adapting Stephen King stuff, is because they both are very into character. So love the British accent. Thank you, babes. Thank you, babes. Let's see. After I left the theater, I went over to my friend's house. We celebrated her 26th birthday. Had more fun at her party than the movie I saw. Well, yeah, that just sounds like that tracks. I don't think that's very indicative of how bad Five Nights was, or The Exorcist, I think you said. Reminded me of the theater version of Megan. Yeah. I mean, it was similar to Megan, I think, in just like how kind of corny it was. So yeah, it has a similar vibe. I mean, they're both Blumhouse, and they have that feeling. It's specific and yet broad. I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, if you're a hardcore fan, obviously you get a lot more out of it. The fans seem to be loving it, but I'd argue you can make a movie that hardcore fans will get more, but still have it be good. That's what I'm saying. That's going to be the thesis of my review, basically. Oh, Wizards of Waverly Pod is coming back? Oh, yeah, the strike's almost over. It's almost over. We're back. We're so back. You enjoyed Five Nights at Freddy's? I knew it was not a very good movie technically, but I'm a sucker for the vibes of the pizzeria and the way the animatronics look. The animatronics were fantastic. They were fantastic. That was a good part of it. Yeah, I love the Chuck E. Cheese angle. That's how I explained it to my boyfriend before I watched it. I was like, "Are you trying to watch like an evil Chuck E. Cheese kind of movie right now with me? Because like I'm gonna review it." Yeah. Oh, Chopping Mall is so fun. Chopping Mall is so fun. Give that one a go. Willy's Wonderland didn't do it for me either. I think I gave that movie like 1.5 stars. Yeah, it was very tame. The Banana Splits. I've not seen that one. I don't think I've even heard of that one. Willy's Wonderland made it unnecessary. I don't know, because I didn't like that movie either. Can we get a good animatronic movie, please? Oh, yeah. Oh, man. I lived at Chuck E. Cheese as a kid. Yeah, spent plenty of time at Chuck E. Cheese with Haunted Hippie and her sister. Yeah, that was my childhood, man. That pizza. Remember it like it was yesterday. Oh, she's in Once Upon a Time, too. Oh, my God. I never made it that far in Once Upon a Time. I think I watched through, like, season 5. But, yeah. I'm not a gamer. I do shower and wear perfume. I do. I smell great. Not a hater, a laugher. All right, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Let's see. I can imagine Spielberg making a great Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Spielberg could make anything good, probably. I don't know. Yeah, it's like, is it campy? people are calling it campy, and I just don't know if it was trying to be, honestly. There are some moments that are, like, over the top where it is clear and it does work, and, like, I giggled a few times, and I was like, "Yes, camp." But a lot of it, I'm like, they should have gone a lot more over the top with it because I'm not laughing with you for a lot of it, you know what I mean? I'm re I'm really hoping 2024 is gonna be better. We need it. We deserve it. My gosh. But anyways, okay, so we're gonna move on from Five Nights at Freddy's. Let's go back to Never Hike Alone 2. I'll be brief here because I know that not everyone has seen like the fan made Friday the 13th films, but Never Hike Alone 2 is doing remarkably well. They got I think over 1 million views in the first 8 days of its release. I'm actually gonna see if it's on. Is it on Rotten Tomatoes? I don't know. It has a 7.3 on IMDb. That's with only 339 ratings. I don't think it's on Rotten Tomatoes, which is odd because I feel like it should be. Never Hike Alone. Nope, I don't think it's on there. Wait, what? Is it? Sorry, I can't find it. No, it's not on there. They're not on there. I don't know. I feel like if it was, though, it'd be doing pretty well there too. It's on Letterboxd. What am I doing looking around? What am I doing? Never Hike Alone 2. Where is it? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? No! Did it disappear off Letterboxd again? Oh my god. I think it disappeared off Letterboxd again. It's not there. What the Hold on, let me show you. What's happening? Conspiracy. Look, ranking the Never Hike Alone movies. And look, this is the only one still in Letterboxd. Why? 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 What's happening? Why is this the only one left? That's so annoying. It was doing well. It was doing well. I had like a 3.8. Anyways, it's really good. I'm gonna consider it the official ending to the Tommy Jarvis storyline because if the studios pick it back up, do you think that Tom Matthews would want to reprise the role again for like a different version of his own timeline? I don't know. I feel like no. It's a very good natural conclusion to the Never Hike Alone little trilogy. It ties everything together so well because I had some complaints about like Never Hike in the Snow and it feeling kind of incomplete and a bit of like the mythos that they establish in it that I was kind of like, I didn't know if I was on board. And then Never Hike Alone 2 just like kind of fixed everything. It's absolutely the best of the trilogy, but I think I gave Never Hike Alone and Never Hike Alone 2. I think I gave both of them 4 stars. So, but it's a pretty obvious quality jump and it's really good. And there's a lot more like interpersonal relationship drama between the characters. It's more interesting, I think, than the first Never Hike Alone. Because in the first one, you're just following one guy, really, as he's being chased around by Jason. And now it's like in Never Hike Alone 2, it's like a group and it's just more fun. Like, and it's fun, the character relationships and everything that goes down and whatever. So I want a Reese's. Yeah. It's good. Yes, I'm biased though. Absolutely 100%. I am biased for having been there on the set, but I don't know. I mean, it's an entirely different experience when you're like being on the set and then just like watching the movie in its entirety. So I don't know. I feel like I'm being reasonable. Everyone else is loving it too. I hope you guys watched it. It came out on Friday the 13th in October. Randy suddenly talking in a British accent is so random. No one ever does that. They introducing them to Haunted Hippie on YouTube. I do it a lot. Josh Hutcherson was nice to look at. When is he not? Yeah, the behind the scenes. Oh, that was so fun. That was a really fun video to make for my Patreon. I like basically just pulled up all like so many of the behind the scenes pictures and videos that I took on set. And I just got to tell like all the stories all the stories behind the pictures. It was so fun. I did not watch trailers if you're new here, by the way. Also, I just spit. I hope you didn't see that. But yeah, I don't watch trailers because I like being surprised. I feel like there's too many spoilers in trailers, so you know. Oh, David Howard Thorne as Chuck E. Cheese. I'd eat that up. I'd eat that up. Yes, yes. Vinny Gustafaro, he comes back too. Yeah, he's a cop in Part 6. He reprises his role and his red dot pointer gun. Yeah. He's like Sheriff Brackett. It's like bringing back Sheriff Brackett for Halloween Kills. It's awesome. And it did Tommy justice. Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't think there's going to be an Never Hike Alone 3. I think he's really like campaigning for himself to take over the studio films. Like that's the next move. I Never Hike Alone 2 really wrapped everything up. It was a really good conclusion. So I don't think that's going to be the case. Yeah. So good. It is the best candy in the world. So good. Oh, watch it, babes. Watch it. See, I missed this because I don't know who the YouTuber was. I don't know gamer YouTubers. I don't know. Wait, Dylan's New Nightmare already released? Oh my god, I missed it. Wait, because Miko Hughes reprised his role. Hold up, it's on. I think it's probably on YouTube. Let me see. Dylan's New Nightmare. It came out 2 months ago? How did I miss that? The New Nightmare, Dylan's New Nightmare kill count just came out yesterday on the Dead Meat channel. Oh my god. How did I miss that? What was I doing 2 months ago? That's ridiculous. Well, I'm gonna watch that ASAP. Oh my god, thank you for reminding me. Oh, thank you for the tip. I thought that outside of Nicolas Cage, Willy's Wonderland was not good, but I thought the Banana Splits movie was almost okay. When I get anything out of the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, it's I would definitely say it's worse than Willy's Wonderland, probably. I'm inclined to say maybe, because if you weren't pleased with the animatronics, that's not a good place to put that. If you weren't pleased with the animatronics in Willy's Wonderland, perhaps you'd like them more in Five Nights at Freddy's. But they don't do them justice. There's not enough action. There's not nearly enough action. So I'm inclined to say no, but it's hard. It's hard to say. I thought the beginning of the year had some bangers. When Evil Lurks is one of the best horror films you've ever seen. We should talk about that one next then. But before that, thank you. Is there a Thanksgiving versus Thanksgiving video on the horizon? I was thinking about my Thanksgiving content being a video about cannibalism in horror movies, and having that just be like the theme of the video, and just talking about cannibalism in horror as like a trope, as like a subgenre. Because I thought it'd be interesting, because it's not a subgenre that I like, but there are a few movies in the subgenre that I do, so I thought that I would like just talk about it kind of as a subgenre and recommend them. But that might be a better idea. Or just dropping my Thanksgiving review on Thanksgiving. Excuse me. I don't know. I don't know. I thought cannibalism would be a good topic for Thanksgiving for some reason. I don't know. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. What was I gonna? Oh, right. We're gonna talk about When Evil Lurks. When Evil Lurks, it was heavy. It I think pretty much lived up to the hype of people saying that it was like one of the meanest horror movies, definitely of the year, and one of the most unique possession movies that's been made. And I would definitely agree with those things, but it's really similar to a movie we were talking about earlier, The Retreat. It's just kind of it's heavy and like kind of real and too much. It's too much. Like, it's not, I gave it 3 stars, and on Letterboxd, I said something like, if watch this if being voluntarily depressed is the vibe you're aiming for. Like, if that's the vibe, if that's the mood, that's what you want. If you enjoy yourself while watching movies like Eden Lake and The Retreat and just feel bad movies, then give it a go. But for me, like, I just don't enjoy myself watching movies like that. So, and a lot of it, because it is so extreme and so gory and, bad stuff happening to like kids and animals and whatever, I, regardless of how strong the movie itself is, a lot of that stuff just always feels like, okay, yes, and because it's like cheap shock value stuff. They did it in new ways, and I enjoyed it more than I enjoy that type of stuff in other movies, because I thought that they actually did it in like a unique way, and a lot of it was, in fact, shocking and like original, I would say. But just a lot of shock value nonetheless. I didn't find it to be particularly strong. But I think that's just because I didn't enjoy myself that much while watching it. Like, it's a really good movie. I just didn't enjoy myself. So, and I know that like that's the point, but I don't like movies like that. So that is what it is. I didn't watch it. I was promoting it like crazy because I was really excited about it. I did not realize it came out 2 months ago. I did not realize it came out 2 months ago. When Evil Lurks is your favorite horror of the year. It has the best jump scare too. Yeah, and I think, like, despite me not really liking it, I think it like lives up to that hype. I think that it's definitely worth the one-time watch. Unless you're really sensitive and that type of stuff is going to be hard for you, then don't, maybe don't. But it's definitely worth the one-time watch. Like, I recommend it. I recommend it, but I don't. I don't know. Oh, when the Alien trailer came out, they didn't show the creature at all. That's so smart. It's so smart. Gosh. I know. I missed. I don't know how. I don't know how. Oh, I looked away at one point. I almost never look away. Are we talking about When Evil Works? Yeah. Yeah, Vamos Argentina. It is an Argentinian film. Yeah. Opens in theaters on November 9th. Oh, you guys get it kind of late. Or do you guys have Shudder in Argentina? I actually don't know that. Eden Lake is horrible. It's not a good time. It's a bad vibe. Yeah, everyone's fair game. You loved it. Yeah, good stuff. Talk to Me is the best horror. I would agree with that as of right now. As of right now, I would agree with that. Man, I've been live for so long. Oh my god. I need to wrap this up soon, because I have a review to shoot as well. As a fan, I thought Five Nights at Freddy's was really good. Story's really fun. I like how they didn't stray away from source material and allowed the kids to act like kids. Definitely has issues though. Definitely does. Person in front of me walked out after the graphic scene to a kid, then came back because she said to go to the bathroom. Perhaps. Maybe he reconsidered. Oh, you thought the Five Nights at Freddy's robots looked a little CGI? You're surprised to see BTS? Yeah, they're practical, yeah. I mean, I'm sure they must have mixed it a little bit with VFX, because usually that's the best way to go, is like practical, mostly practical, mixing it and like enhancing it a little bit with VFX. I'm sure that's what happened, So, oh, you're on the side of cannibalism with your Thanksgiving dinner? Okay. All right. Maybe that's what I'll do then. I was just thinking about it. I haven't started like prepping that video yet, but thought it might be fun. Liked it. Thought it was great because nothing was off limits. This is true. This is why I feel like it's good for a one-time watch at least, because there's definitely stuff in it you haven't seen. 100%. I'll take a nap. Okay, have a great nap. Have a good weekend too. Day is young. It is Saturday. Oh, you don't have Shudder in Argentina. Okay. Well, at least, I mean, it's coming out in like 5 days, so don't have too long to wait. I'm impressed with Blumhouse releasing 2 shitty horror movies to clog up the month of October. Yeah, and then we also got the Eras tour movie and Killers of the Flower Moon, so they really just made sure that we're not gonna get too many good theatrical releases in the holiest of months. Ugh. Tops for the year: Talk to Me, Cobweb, and No One Will Save You. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Cobweb too. Yeah. Cobweb that's a good one. No One Will Save You was fun. That was a good one-time watch for me. My brain can't comprehend that they aren't CGI. They look so good. That's crazy. It means they're almost too good then, you know? Hated the last 5 minutes. I kind of did too. It didn't stick the landing for me. I didn't like it as much as everyone else did. I was bummed by that. Rob Zombie deep dive. Well, so yeah, I'm still planning on doing the Saw deep dive. Like, I was almost finished with my research for that when I got bogged down by everything else. So I think this month will be the Rob Zombie deep dive, and then hopefully December. Wait, no, what did I just say? This month will be the Saw deep dive, and then next month will hopefully be the Rob Zombie deep dive. I think I can do one deep dive a month. I think I can do it. They always take longer than I think they will, and I make these promises, and I know it's bad of me. But it's because I really intend to do it. It's just they just take so much longer than I always think, and I don't know why, because I've done a bunch of them by now. I don't know. Yeah, I don't mind movies with heavy topics, but the reason why I don't like The Retreat, one is that I didn't think it was particularly good, but two, most LGBTQ media is based on trauma, and I feel like it's important to see positive LGBT representation. That's why on the film I'm working on now, I shied away from making the motive centered on homophobia. Yeah, because it's tired. It's tired. We've seen enough of that, you know. We've seen enough of that, so we don't need it. When Evil Lurks teaches you to be responsible for you and yours, things get worse the more you neglect them or try to take shortcuts. It's not just shock value. There's a lot more in there. Yeah, no. It's, like I said, it's a good movie. It's just not stuff that I enjoy, you know? Because like moments when stuff happens to like the children, it's usually when it's, you know, when the parents are like being neglectful. I just thought that was really obvious though. I didn't think like, I don't know. I guess maybe you're saying that's like a major theme of the movie. I just thought that was like really fucking obvious. So I wasn't like thinking too hard about it, but it's true. That's true. Send a comment link of Rob's role as a lizard. Oh, yeah, go for it. Go for it. Put that in the comments down below. Yeah, I think okay, so let's see. The only other movies we haven't talked about. The only one left is Dark Harvest, you guys. If you're a long-term cult member, you know the disappointment. You know the disappointment that I have felt with Dark Harvest because we waited 2 years. I first talked about it back in 2021 as one of my most anticipated movies of 2022 because, you know, it sounded so dumb and so fun. It's this movie where there's this like entity, it's like a jack-o'-lantern monster named October Boy that every year comes out and terrorizes this town. And the movie was just so not what I thought it was going to be. And it was so strange because it has everything there to be a really unique, original, great, like cool movie. But the execution was so bad and it fell so flat. It was very confusing. It was very confusing. One of the more confusing watches of the month. Dare I say the most confusing watch of the month. I couldn't make sense of it. It also was it was weird because the production design was very like over the top. It was a period piece. I think it takes place in the 50s or 60s. And that was all really well done. But then the frame rate that they shot in, I'm pretty sure was like 60 frames per second, which was weird. So it looked like really just crisp. Like it just was an odd frame rate for the style of the movie, which was, you know, clearly like, you know, period piece. Production design is really great. That was the only missing piece because it was like, why would you do that? Why would you, stylistically, everything else is on point, and then that weird frame rate makes the movie feel weirdly modern. And it just did not seem to match up. I thought that was such an odd choice. None of the characters were interesting either. It was kind of annoying to try to follow it because it was also really disjointed. Sometimes you felt like you were watching a couple different movies at once. And it was a struggle. That one was a 2.5-star movie for me. And I think I said this is like if The Hunger Games was kind of bad because it had that vibe to it. It's about this like competition between all the kids in town, and obviously like it's a slasher, so the kids are dying, and it's a critique on, materialism and stuff. But yeah, it was so weird. It was so weird. I think that there are some people that are going to watch it, they'll be able to appreciate it. They're going to like it because like the story will be enough to kind of carry the quality of the movie for them. For me, it wasn't enough because so much of the rest of it was just mess. Uh but yeah, if you're starved for something really unique, I recommend it as a one-time watch, just supporting smaller filmmakers, of course. Um but you have to rent it, and it's like $6, and you could probably spend that on something better. I don't know. I don't know. I'd be really curious to see if any of you guys have seen that, because I haven't really seen many people talking about it. Even though a lot of us were really excited for it for a long time. And then all of a sudden it just was out. It just was here. But anyway. Yeah, I said I was gonna get an October Boy shirt, even if it's bad. Yeah, but they changed his name. He was not called October Boy in the movie anymore. They changed his name to Sawtooth Jack, which actually is like very cool, and I actually really liked that name. But October Boy, deeply unserious. I really liked that. So now I don't know. I might make that into my own merch. I don't know. Yeah, so disappointed in it. Felt like Glass Onion. You didn't like Glass Onion? Oh, I loved Glass Onion. I loved it. My favorite horror film to see the behind the scenes of? Oh gosh. I mean, this is just because it's in really recent memory, but doing my research on the Saw franchise and being reminded that like people really built these traps. Like they were real. They're practical. Just unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. So I probably got to give that to Saw. There's a Michael Jackson biopic. It depends on the POV, baby. It depends. I have a feeling it's gonna be like the next Elvis. I have a feeling. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, like, I wasn't expecting that much of it. I was like, the synopsis sounds dumb, October Boy, whatever. I was just hoping for a really fun slasher, and then it was trying to be so serious, and the plot was actually quite complicated and twisty, and I don't know. It had so much potential. Like, I was not expecting the direction it took, but that wasn't why I didn't like it. In fact, the direction that it was taking, I was really excited for, because I was like, oh, I was expecting something a lot more basic. They just didn't pull it off. I thought it was terrible. Yeah, it was such a poor setting, crappy story. Only decent thing was the ending and a couple of the kills. Yeah, some of the kills were pretty fun, but they're really few and far between, which just sucks. I saw Antlers, and the vibe was kind of similar, honestly, to Dark Harvest. I did not like Antlers. So wouldn't you like to know October Boy? Yeah, I'm an October Boy. I'm an October Boy too. I think we're all October Boys, honestly, here. That'd be dope. I need to get on that. My mom was gonna help me out with that because she has access to like a bunch of like printing stuff and like 3D printing stuff. I can make mugs. I just need to get on that because I want to do it. I don't want to just sign up for one of those companies that it's like a really shitty quality and like you don't even get to test it out and it's like made to order and all that. I want to have my hands on it, and I want to also do it like sustainably. So that's hard. It's hard. Like you have to be really picky and choosy with how you do it. Let's see. Oh, that sucks. See, I got to go to an early screening like a month before it released. And so nobody had said anything about it. I got to go in super blind, just having loved Knives Out. So yeah, I just was blown away. I was blown away. But I feel like once something's out for a while and you've already heard a bunch of opinions, especially if people are really hyping it up, that can be problematic. Yeah, I've seen Event Horizon. It's all right. Michael's estate is involved, so I think it'll probably be a sanitized biopic. Ugh, of course. A director of the Equalizer films. I've never seen those. I don't know anything about him. Okay, interesting. October Boy. Should I spell it with an I? Let's see. I did Victoria Justice say this? Is that a quote from her? Because I've said that. Anyway. Hard disagree. Hard disagree. Austin Butler did the hard stuff where he did all the performing. So like I get it, but Jacob Elordi played a much more nuanced version of Elvis. Oh my god. Hard disagree. Not to discount what Austin Butler did, because all that performing is crazy, but like, oh my god, especially the accent. Austin Butler did all that only for Jacob Elordi's accent to be so much better. I can't. Anyway, I don't feel like I didn't feel like it was worth my time to watch Antlers now. I would love to make merchandise. It's just everything I want to do is slow. If I had a bajillion dollars, I'd be doing everything I wanted to right now, but it's slow, you know? In LA? You're in my backyard? You're here? Well, that'd be dope. Shoot me an email. Can't promise I'll get to it quickly. I'm really bad at reading emails. Or unless you're a patron, message me on Patreon. That helps, but let's see. I'm talking about Barbenheimer. What? Oh, a watch along of the sadness. I don't know. It seems like it'd be so heavy. Like, I'd probably have to watch it with you guys so I could just like shrink back into the live stream whenever things are getting too much. And I've heard that the whole movie is kind of like too much. So yeah, whenever I do watch it, I probably will watch it with you guys. The thing is, it's just tough because like I'd be subjecting you guys to that too. And what if it's really triggering for you guys? And what if it's bad? And what if it's not a good time? I don't know. Been overthinking it, but anyway, I should trademark that. I should. So, it's from a meme. Okay. All right. I've missed out on that one. Catch on the replay. Oh, thank you. Thanks for popping in. The only Elvis is Bruce Campbell. Oh, right. Duh. Oh my god, what's it called? I know the one you're talking about where he plays Elvis Presley. Yeah, that one. Again, it's like on the tip of my tongue, but I don't remember. Anyway, Kurt Russell's was decent. Jacob Elordi and Austin Butler definitely blew them both out of the water. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I need you to be serious. Anyways, this is the major reason, because like I can handle really intense gore. I can deal, but like that's a lot. It's a lot. Anyway, yeah, Bubba Hotep. That's the one. Anyways, I think I'm gonna go ahead and sign off here. I can't believe I've been live for almost 2 hours and 40 minutes. The time flies. I'm sorry for my viewers that typically like to watch my recaps that don't really watch live streams. Sorry, this was a long way of going about that, but this was fun. I actually really enjoyed it. I enjoyed being able to like talk with you guys in real time about the stuff that I've watched in the month. I think I'll probably go back to doing it in video format, but maybe we could do this every once in a while because this was a good time. Yeah, great to catch you. I'm glad for everybody that made it. We've had like over 100 people here for a good amount of the stream, so that's been sick. Thank you guys so much for being here. I think that our next live stream will probably be on Monday. Monday, you'll be getting my Five Nights at Freddy's review, plus probably like an evening live stream, because there's a lot of horror movie news to talk about. There's a lot to talk about that we talked about some of it today, but I want to like really get more into it. So that'll probably be the next one. And then I'm in like pre-production this week. We have the film festival next weekend. So then after Monday, you might not see me until we do like another watch along next Monday. Bring back Monday Madness, hopefully. So if I don't talk to you until then I hope you have a great rest of your weekend, a great week, and we'll talk soon. Bye.